Week 5. Week 5, returning legends. Top 2 from every tournament, with the exception of 2 players who are unable to play, will be returning for a new tournament. The rules will basically be the same, with the addition of having a third place match. And the price for this tournament is $50 to the first place, $30 to the second, and $20 to the third. So from each week, we have returning Spartos, Topa V, Michael, Stay Shizo, Make It a Bud, Aknova, Tiger Bro, and Big Booty Stars. Topa will be taking Deku's place since Deku's unavailable to play, and Topa was third place in that tournament. And Tiger Bro will be taking Uber's place because Uber is unable to play, and Tiger also coming in third place. So these are the brackets. If you guys are curious. Good luck to all the competitors, and thank you guys for coming out. So we got the room going. The first match will be Spartos versus Topa V. We're going to be doing alternating first pick, like usual. So alternating first pick. On the third match, the first pick will be random. And on the fifth match, when it goes to the finals in the third place match, the fifth match will be random as well. All right, I am ready when you guys are. And with that, we're off. So we're going to see first pick of the first match going to Spartos. So the pre-ban's coming in with Yunhong and Ragdoll. Topa knowing that Spartos has a Ragdoll, and everyone knowing that Topa has a Yunhong. What will we see as a first pick from Spartos? So first pick coming out is Molong. Topa probably responding with, as we saw it, Gani Hathor. So the Amelia comes out right away. Fast Amelia counter pick. Instead, possibly opting not to take the Amelia. We see Fran and Tessarian. Interesting. A small speed lead from the Fran, but also the immunity attack buff. And the cleanse on the second skill heals. Pretty good unit. Really, really strong kit. Just a little bit weak on the base stats. Let me get that scoreboard up here. So Topa, the classic, we see Jean and Triana. What do we see from Spartas? It looks like he's taking a little bit of influence from our boy Sensei with the Fran picker. We're going to see a Perna to go along with that. We see the Perna, and we see Amelia. Amelia, great unit setup for this Gani Hathor combination. 2 immunity, single target cleanse, damage dealers with the attack buff. Pretty good setup actually with the Molong as well. What do we see as the last pick from Topa though? Tiana, not too afraid of that Amelia, picks the Tiana. What do we see as the ban from Topa's side? Will we see a ban on the Fran, the Molong, or possibly on the Amelia? We see the Amelia ban. And the Tiana ban from Spartus. We see a resistance lead here with the accuracy lead. So the leads countering each other out. Will Spartas be able to take out this Ganymede before Perna gets reset? Ganymede moving first. Strips the Fran, but no violent proc. Molong going next in between the other units. Molong goes for the strip stun. Lands it on Jean and Triana. Does not land it on Hathor. Hathor sleeps 3 and a violent proc. Sweet Dreams landing. Stripping the Perna. Triana violent procking out of that that stun. Yeah, it'll be a best of 3 until the finals. So the Ventilate going out onto Hathor right away. No need for the Seal Magic right away, but we do see a stun from the Perna onto the Jean. Not really a big deal. Seal Magic comes out. Perna no longer has passive. It's not looking so good for Spartas. A lot of his units are just locked up in a continuous cycle. That Hathor Jean combo is really, really strong, but also having the Ganymede in there makes it almost impossible to break out. Almost impossible to break out of that CC chance. You need a lot of luck with the Violent procs, but just a single proc from any of the 3 CC units between the Ganymede, the Hathor, and the Jean. This might just be a little bit too much. So we see that stun proc nuke hitting the Jean. Not enough to proc the Triana passive. And then everyone goes back to sleep. So the Seal Magic comes out on Fran. Doesn't want the Cleanse or the immunity up. And another Violent proc gives Ventilate back to Hathor. Hathor is able to lock down these units pretty heavily. There's not much opportunity for Spartas to really do anything. Topa's got him on locks. And the first skill heals from that Jean are pretty strong. Oh, but the Violent proc actually allows him to purify his Tessarian, though the sleep from Triana denies the turn. This Triana lands sleep quite often. It's pretty unfortunate for Spartas. No proc from his Tessarian. So Jean lives to see another day. Ventilate back onto Hathor. Hathor going to put everyone back to sleep again. But the resistance from the Molong and the Tessarian. I don't think it's likely, though, that the Molong Tessarian will be able to do much against these two units. These rotating CC units. Both the speeds and the extra turns on them are just too much. The sleeps from the Triana onto units are just... They're quite strong and, you know, really hard to deal with. Managed to see these units quite hard. So Spartas concedes the first match. So the first pick will be going for Mr. Topa in the next match. So let's see how this one goes out. Let's see if Spartas has a different plan of attack towards Topa's team. I wonder if we'll still see the same pre-bans or possibly something different. So the same pre-bans come out. But I think the first pick was incorrect. I think the first picks were set up incorrectly. So we're redoing the match to see if we can get Topa a match with first pick. And we do. Topa has first pick for this match. So pre-bans coming out to be the same. Do we see a difference in draft from Spartas? Will we see him picking any of Topa's units? Or will we see him kind of just sticking around the same strategy? So first pick of Thor for Topa. Spartas responding again with the Molong, possibly something else. We see the Triana, so he takes away the Triana from Topa. Wants it on his side. Again, we see Gani Hathor Jean. What will Spartas pick this time? Will he pick more supports? Will he pick more damage dealers? What is he going to take that will put him at an edge versus Topa's crazy CC rotation team? A Fire Monkey King coming out. So Fire Monkey King Rakuni as the next 2 picks for Spartos. What does Topa respond with? Not having his Triana anymore. What does he respond with against Spartos? No Vanessa for him. So no real protection unit. So we see the Tessarian and again the Tiana. Good setup. Tessarian working well against 3 of the units with passives. Jean can be on anything. Her offsets can be anything. It depends on your team composition setup. If you absolutely need her to move at a specific time, it would be nice to have Will, so that way it's harder to manipulate. Will high resistance, but it doesn't always have to be like that. Revenge is optional. There are other things as well. So Spartos takes Miang as the last pick. Interesting. Not quite sure why Miang is the pick. Maybe believes that Miang could be the reason he kills the Tessarian. Not quite sure here. Not quite sure what we see. You think what should Spartos do to win? I think the best picks against Topa are Helena, Rika, Antares is okay, and a couple other things. So the Hathor band comes out, which makes sense. He's planning on using the Miang possibly to cleanse out the, or to lower the provoke time. Possibly do enough damage to take out the Tessarian actually. If it's crit damage, it could set up well. Miang is actually a good pick here. Miang is a good pick here and can do quite well. The only CC is the provoke, and there are ways for this team to deal with it. So the Oblivion lands. Let's see what happens. See where we go in directions. The reset there onto the Jean. So Jean has Cry again. Did we see another Cry? We see another Cry immediately. And the counters from this Jean are quite strong. Decent amount of counters already for only being 15%. Violent proc from Gani. Not looking the greatest. No procs on Spartos' side. So the self-cleanse comes out. Defense break from Tiana onto Triana. Triana takes a pretty hefty hit from Tessarian. Oh, Gani procs again. Manages to get Ventilate back up right away. Resets and ventilates his Jean. There's another setup for the provoke. Relatively squishy Triana from what I can see. Possibly a crit damage build. But not working out so well for Spartos. Not working out so well. Extra turn from his Miang, but it's a little bit too late for that. Leaving up the Tiana is a pretty tough choice here. I guess knowing a lot of his units aren't on Will anyways, leaving up the Hathor is not the easiest. So that is 2-0 for Mr. Topa V. So Topa V will be moving on. Topa will be moving on through the tournament. How would you counter a Gani Hathor Jean comp? You ban one of them and you play around the other two with units that have passives probably, or units that are anti-CC. So the next match will be... Is Seishizo here? So, as much as people want to say that Vero helps out a bit versus Jean, if you use a Vero team, you have to build the team around the Veromos. Right? So, saying like, oh, Vero counter Jean, Vero cleanses Provoke, is only so relevant. Building a team around Veromos is not super easy. But I agree with the ideology of sniper unit. I'm very for that, and that's how I play it. Does Josephine cleanse Provoke? When she gets her passive, she self cleanses herself. All right, he says he's here in 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So it'll be Michael versus Seishizo in the second match. Here he is. Seishizo versus Michael. Alternate first pick. Third match random. All right, ready when you guys are. Good luck. So first pick goes to Michael. The first match, Michael taking first pick. Pre-bans the Gianna. We see the pre-ban on Mo Long from Seishizo's side. Hey Seishizo, how are you? It'll be interesting to see if Michael decides he wants to try it and throw his Skullgirl into the tournament. Might be a throw. Might be what loses him the match, but will he do it for the memes? Is he a memer? I have been, Dakota. I hope you're doing well. What do we see for the first pick? Oh! B just got a Wind Monkey King. Congratulations, sir. So we see first pick Gani, a responsive Thor and Okeanos. Michael taking the Vanessa away. That's a dupe. Unfortunate, sir. Unfortunate. You just want a Sabrina? One day, my friend. One day. And Michael taking the Rakuni. Seishizo responding by taking away the Garo from Michael and picks the Sierra for his own speed lead. This is actually the exact draft I've been running for the last couple days. I've been running the Sierra Hathor, and then Garo Okeanos +1. So Seishizo last picks the Amelia after Michael picks Miang and Ager. Ager working quite well after that recent buff to his kit. Very strong unit. Actually quite good for RTA and both Siege as well. So what does Michael ban? Michael bans the Okeanos for the reset. And Seishizo bans the Ager. Not quite sure who I'll see with the advantage here. But I think Michael should be able to get a decent reset set up onto this Hathor. So the first skill strip and the violent proc from the Gani resets the Hathor. No turn, no sleep on that Hathor. What do we see from Michael? So Michael goes for the first skill onto that Garo, but the Revenge. The Revenge lands a crit onto Miang, doing about 7k damage. Decent damage output. And we see the gain turn again immediately to the Gani and a ventilate onto the Rakuni. So bomb goes onto Vanessa. Does not do enough damage to kill, but decent amount of damage overall. Amelia rotates to human form and cleanses the defense break off of Garo. So the strip from Gani does not strip the defense buff off of the Garo. Interesting. So we see that that strip go towards the Garo. Takes off the defense buff. Does not manage to do a lot of damage. Attack broken from the Hathor prior to that. Seishizo's still going after this Vanessa. Michael's been rotating the cleanse from his Rakuni. But a freeze onto Miang. A little bit unlucky. Not the greatest of setups. Not the greatest of setups, but it's there. So here's the cleanse from the Miang. And an extra turn on this Miang could put the Garo into a position where the Garo is actually going to die. A little bit more chip damage there from the Vanessa. Garo's 1 HP right now. So any setup of Blade Fan would be enough to kill the Garo. A bomb goes on to Ganymede. Does not blow it up right away. Said chips damage away at that Miang. And then we see the return of chip damage onto Vanessa. A lot of target swapping here, trying to control where the cleanse goes onto this. Or, sorry, where the cleanse goes from this Rakuni. So Rakuni resurges the Miang. Miang now has Blade Fan, able to kill this Garo, take it out. So the Blade Fan takes out the Garo. Now we are left with a 3v4. Michael looking to be in a pretty good position. It's possible for this Hathor to get her skills back soon. The Ganny won't be moving before the Amelia moves. Oh, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Unlikely. It does, but the stun from the bomb denies the ability to reset that Hathor. And Amelia landing another good freeze. Another good freeze to remove the damage off of this. Remove a lot of the damage from this team. So there's the promised time after the bomb lands on Vanessa. Takes out Vanessa. So from this position, it's actually not looking very good for Michael. Only has Ganny and Rakuni versus Sierra, Hathor, and Amelia. Not looking so great. Tries to heal himself up. Take the extra turns. If he manages to kill the Sierra, he has a chance in this setup, but it's not going to be the easiest chance. But with Delayed Promise coming up, does it land? Does it reduce? It lands and reduces on both. Not going to be looking so good for Michael. I think it's over now. That extra turn from Sierra misses the bomb regardless, but the extra first skill chip damage is quite strong. Even with the extra turns there from Ganny, it's a little bit too late. Michael losing the first match. Although it is possible. If he does manage to draw it out with it long enough with his Rakuni, he could kill the Sierra. As he does heal every turn, he does have the potential. One bomb though, if Seishizo manages to land one bomb, it is over. So at 40%, Rakuni takes decent damage, but also outputs decent damage. There's the defense buff going up. Safety, the defense. And the bomb lands, and that should kill. 40% bomb with minus HP, 24k, enough damage to take it out. So the first match goes to Seishizo. And we will see the first pick going to Seishizo this match for the second match. Or second round of the match. Waiting on ComTOS to implement a who can get first pick when system for Goodwill contests would be great for tournament hosts. Be really beneficial for us so that we can run these tournaments a little more smoothly. So maybe fourth time's the charm here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Maybe fifth time? Fifth time's the charm. To make sure that Seishizo gets the first pick. These guys are laughing about it. They're having a good time. And it is. It does look like it's the fifth time. But the first picks are out. So what do we see as pre-bans? Again, same pre-bans. Same pre-bans. But Seishizo getting first pick here. What do we see as the first pick? Also, I totally forgot to shout out in game that we were doing this tournament, even though Andy reminded me to do it. So first pick Hathor. Michael takes Ganny and what? What else will you take, Michael? Ganny and Okeanos. So it's likely we're going to see the Amelia from Seishizo, but what else will we see? So we see the Sierra Hathor setup. And the Garo. He denies Michael the Garo really early on into the match. So Michael takes Vanessa and Perna. You got Mansura from your summon session. Congratulations, sir. Amelia and what? What is your other support you'll be picking here, Mr. Seishizo? Do we see the Rakuni? We see Chow. Interesting. Picks the water unit into the fire damage dealers. Not afraid of these fire units with wings. And the last pick from Michael. The last pick Skogul, maybe? Asima? Or is he going for the memes? Does he have the potential to win this with memes? Picks Ager. Great last pick. Pretty strong, good damage. Has the ability to strip as well. What do we see here from Michael as the ban on Seishizo's side? Do we see the ban on the Hathor? As it's the only real CC unit on the team. Or do we see it go towards the Amelia? What do we see? So we see it go towards the Amelia. Interestingly enough, Seishizo decides, I don't want to fight the Ager. Ganny's fine. I don't want to fight the Ager. Doesn't want to deal with it. I think mainly because he knows that that is the easiest method of killing this Garo. And actually being able to take out the Chow as well. So Okeanos moves first. Lands the reset on the Hathor. So Hathor does not have her skills anymore. First skill strip from the Ganymede onto Sierra. Does not land the defense break. Resistance. Resistance. Hathor attack breaks onto the Vanessa. Not like it matters. Violent proc from Perna. Not enough to kill the Sierra though. Sierra has bomb. So Dragon attack comes out. Stuns the Okeanos. We see the bomb on Okeanos while he's stunned. Violent proc from Sierra. Sierra is now one turn again from bomb. Chow. Tanky. Not really a huge damage focus, but on destroy. So the reset onto Sierra from Ganny. No bomb. Vanessa does not kill with that first skill. That defense break coming up does not manage to transfer a defense break onto another unit. But Perna takes an extra turn. Perna is upset and angry. Perna does not want to deal with a lot of things. We see the revive come out onto the Okeanos. Okeanos going down to Chow regardless. The ventilate goes into Vanessa. Vanessa has passive again. Another attack break from Hathor. Lands onto another fire unit. Interesting to see. Interesting to see. The defense break from Vanessa does not land on the Hathor, but the chip damage is there. The attack break from this Perna doing... This attack break on the Perna doing quite a bit of work. Perna gets the violent proc. Does not manage to kill Hathor due to the attack break. Looks like this Hathor is looking a lot like a Nephthys here. Taking those extra returns. Vanessa's chip damage still just shy of enough. Just shy of enough to kill the Hathor. And a violent proc out of stun from Ganny. So Perna's passive is down, but Vanessa's passive is still active. No defense break again from Vanessa onto Chow. Another unit. Currently in a 3v1 with a pretty good setup. That's like anime being there. If this doesn't stun on the Garo though. No stun on the Garo, which means that Perna is dead. And that is the match. Michael concedes. Michael concedes the match against Mr. Seishizo. So it's 2-0 for Seishizo. And he moves on to the next round. GG, guys. Oh, updating scores? Question mark. Let me update scores. So Seishizo moves on. So if you guys missed it at the beginning, Topa took a 2-0, very convincing 2-0 versus Spartos, and has secured his place into the top 4. And Seishizo beating Michael 2-0 also secures a place. So next up we have Make It a Bud versus Act Nova, both global. Both guildmates, actually, as if you guys didn't know, Make It a Bud just recently joined Malicious, is now in the guild. Get a dual monitor, it's worth it. So, are we here? Act Nova versus Make It a Bud. Good luck, guys. Good luck, good luck. I'm ready whenever you guys are. What's up, Vuso? Hello, hello. Welcome everyone who's here to watch the tournament. Hope you guys are having a good time and enjoy what you're seeing. We host the tournaments every 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll be moving on to doing them every week in the future here. Yeah, if you like what you see, please follow the stream. You'll be seeing more of it in the future. So the pre-bans come out. Act Nova gets first pick. Pre-bans the Hathor. Make It a Bud. Pre-banning the Molong. Does not want to deal with Molong first pick. But doesn't ban out the Ganny. Not afraid of losing Ganny first pick. Aknova secures that Ganymede. Takes it away right away. Do we see the classic make it a bud first pick Sierra? The always first pick Sierra? Or do we see something else? Do we see something different in response? Possibly an Okeanos? A lot of unit options open right now. A lot of different setups. Vanessa could be good. Triana setups. A lot of different things. Tick tock though. We got 5 seconds. So make it a bud chooses the Sierra and the Wusa. Sierra and the Wusa. Aknova instantly responding with a Diana. Taking his time on the second choice here though. Not quite sure what he wants to pair into this. A lot of open picks still. Takes the Triana. Denies the Triana from make it a bud. Possibly going to set up a Vanessa comp on his own side. What do we see from Chris? What do we see from our resident amazing Sierra user? We see the Okeanos. And what is the 4th pick? The 4th pick coming out is Tessarian. Deals well with 2 passives. Thinking we're going to see a last pick Perna here on Make It a Bud side. On Aknova's side, I'm predicting a Vanessa and... Ooh, I was going to say a Vanessa and a Garo. But we see a Vanessa and a Fire Monkey King instead. Interesting to see. The last pick Perna would still be good here. But does Chris have other plans? Maybe a Garo? Maybe a Rika? Maybe Helena? A lot of options. A lot of really good options here, actually. It's interesting to see Make It a Bud pick Wusa, though. It's not a common pick for him. Maybe he's taking the tournament quite seriously. And there it is. We see the Passion Pony. The extra turns, I take a million turns and solo your whole team pony. So what do we see as the ban? Do we see the respect ban on the pony out of the fear of getting soloed? Or do we see the ban on the Wusa? Does not want to deal with that immunity. Or do we see the removal of the Oblivion? What do we see? What is the biggest fear on these teams? The biggest fear we see is Helena and the Triana. So no healing for Aknova, no immunity, and no AoE defense break attack bar reduction control on Make It a Bud side. I think the draft here favors Make It a Bud. Having that immunity unit up with the speed lead does favor him. I want to say there's a chance as Diana and Fire Monkey King can go quite ham, but it does not look the greatest. Not look the greatest. So no strip onto Sierra from the Ganymede's first skill. Diana switches to human form, taking the risk. Violent procs though, gets the turn for free. Does not have to worry about getting cut with the attack bar. Tries to go for the stun onto Sierra. Does not land the stun. Violent proc lands the stun on the violent proc though. And so we see a little bit of chip damage here. Vanessa chip damaging away. So there is the Tessarian throwing the defense break skill onto Diana. Does not land the Oblivion though. Is not able to deny the human transformation. And Okeano's actually missing the stun on everybody. Really, really unfortunate. Does not land stun on anyone. Manages to just feed stacks to the monkey. This is not looking good for Make It a Bud. He's not in the greatest of positions. But Tessarian is still able to win out this match. Tessarian has a lot of good setup versus every unit on this team. That is probably the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen on an Okeanos. And I complain daily about my Okeanos missing things. That is unfortunate. That is probably the worst miss I've ever seen. It didn't even need to be 3 units. It just needed to be 1 or 2. Just enough to deny a little bit and add a little bit of pressure. But we don't see it. We don't get anything from that. And Okeanos coming out of that immunity gets reset the Seal Magic. So now Bud, if he wants to take out this, Diana is forced to hit the Vanessa at least once to land Oblivion. Fire Monkey King violent procking, tries to hit that Okeanos. Okeanos gets a defense break from Vanessa though instead. The Oblivion going back onto Diana. Does not want to deal with Diana going into human form. Who do we see this transfer of defense break to? Does the transfer go to Vanessa or does it go elsewhere? So we see the transfer onto Vanessa. A lot of turns for Aknova. That monkey going 2 turns almost every turn. Getting a lot of extra damage out there. Not this time. Not this time. The tides have changed. Tides have changed. So do we see it? Where do we see the skills? Okeano's getting reset. Does not have skills up. So not really worth throwing the Oblivion onto the Fire Monkey King right away. Do we see the Oblivion go onto... Oh, we see instead... He just takes out that Diana, just immediately drops the passive. Is not worried about the revive from Vanessa. Tries to chip damage it down anyways. So there it is. There's the Ganymede reset onto Vanessa. Unfortunate setup. Quite a strong setup. Having that Vanessa Triana Gany setup. There's not really a lot you can do except for kill the Gany or kill the Vanessa. Or if you manage to leave up a whole bunch of different Oblivions, you're able to play around that. But you got to be careful. And so he throws away his Diana into the Okeanos. Wants to take the free kill right away. Just wants to immediately take that kill. Oh, but so what we see here is Make It a Bud goes for the defense break Oblivion onto Vanessa to deny the reset from the Ganymede, and then Violent procs and manages to kill the Diana that same turn. The defense break from the Fire Monkey King, though, puts Make It a Bud in a pretty weak position. So he throws the Oblivion onto the Fire Monkey King, and is just a bit too slow to get another turn. He's defense broken right now, so there goes Vanessa. But even without the Seal Magic attack bar reduction, which does land, the Fire Monkey King would be moving before the Tessarian. It is possible for the Wusa to win out, but very unlikely. Very unlikely. And the stun onto Wusa from Fire Monkey King and the extra turn looking less and less likely as we go. And that is it. Make It a Bud concedes the first match. Aknova has won. He is now up 1 point. So, first pick going to Make It a Bud this time. Let's see if he can respond effectively to that. Can we talk about how that Okeanos miss? I've never seen that happen before, ever. Literally never have I seen that happen. All I could think of was press F in chat when it happened. All right, there we go. We've got it set now, so Make It a Bud gets... Oh, we do not have it set, so Make It a Bud gets the first pick. We're currently working on those technical issues. For now, we will be looking at the prior draft again. Draft quite strong for Make It a Bud, in all honesty. Quite a strong draft, but an unfortunate setup to kill that CR very, very, very early. Just waiting up for that that first pick to be set properly. What's up, Balake? How are you, sir? Are we good? Did we finally get it? Make It a Bud gets first pick. Now we can move on with the tournament. Let's go. Let's continue on with this and see what's going on here. The double Ganymede first pick pre-ban. Interesting. Aknova does not want Make It a Bud to get that Ganymede. And Make It a Bud knows he didn't want to pick the Ganymede first, so doesn't even ban it. We should just be able to tick on a setting that says alternate first pick. That would be amazing. So Chris taking the Molong first pick. Aknova denying the Wusa. Takes it and picks the Hathor. Do we see a return of this Okeanos? Does Okeanos deserve a second chance in this match? Or is he washed up, benched, and fed to another unit? Is he the Poseidon fodder? So Make It a Bud picks Vanessa and Rakuni. Safe protection pick. Good setup with the Molong. Aknova leaning towards that Chow. Leaning towards that Dragon Knight. That beautiful, wonderful, strong-cladded armored unit. But instead, we see the Sierra. What is the fourth pick? We see the Sierra and the Okeanos. Aknova taking away the Okeanos from Bud. Wants to show him, hey, I know how to make it work. What do we see as response from Bud? So currently we see 3 supports, 2 immunity, or 3 supports with an immunity and a speed lead damage dealer. Or Make It a Bud side, we see 2.5 supports and a pseudo potential damage dealer. We see the cleave coming out. Is this the Eludia pick? The Eludia cleave comp with the Fire Monkey King? It is. Interesting to see. So Make It a Bud picks 2 strippers on his team while having a speed lead option and some decent damage dealers in there. Not a bad setup, actually. Quite the turn of events. Didn't really expect to see the Eludia come out in this kind of comp, but pretty good nonetheless. That last pick Varad being quite strong, though. Last pick Varad doing well against all the units. Even being able to work pretty well against the Fire Monkey King, even if he can't be frozen. Damage, high defense-based unit, decent output. The attack bar reduction. What do we see as bans? So we do not see the Varad ban, but instead we see the Sierra ban. Wants to deny the speed lead while keeping his own speed lead. So let's see how this Eludia fits in here. Let's see where the research mechanic comes in for potential kills early on. So the immunity comes up regardless. Not afraid of that Eludia. Eludia moving next. Here comes the Purifying Blaze. Do we see it? We see the strip on all units and the defense break on all units. Here comes the Dragon Dance. Big half damage nuke. And Rakuni boosts the Molong. Do we see the stun? We see stun on 2 from Okeanos. Not quite enough. And the Reckless Assault goes out onto Hathor. Denies the Hathor the chance to violent proc into the sleep. Reset from Okeanos onto that Vanessa. Pretty good setup from Make It a Bud, though. Very well thought out. Very well done. Eludia not missing a single debuff. Wanting to prove I'm better than Okeanos. I can do it. Goes to show. And there's the full attack bar reset with a 3 freeze and a violent proc from Varad. Kind of resetting the playing field in a decent position. Decent position. It's Holy Orb. The stun, though. The stun from Holy Orb landing onto that Varad. Denies the Snowstorm to stun for the 2nd turn in a row. Okeanos does not have Rain of Stones yet, though, if I recall correctly. He is 1 turn away. We see Rakuni self-boosting for the heal and the speed buff. Will we see another stun? And another stun from Eludia. Eludia, the stun god. Most likely not even on Despair. Possibly, though. But landing those pretty sick stuns. Actually, I think it is Despair. Holy Orb doesn't stun, does it? Holy Orb does not stun, if I recall correctly. It does? When was that added? Unless it's been there for a while. Holy Orb is the same skill as Sigmaris. My bad. I thought it was the other one. Yeah, it stuns on crits. But the kill goes into Eludia. Defense break up on that Varad. Glancing from the Vanessa. Not quite enough damage to get through it. There's the immunity. Can we get enough damage to kill this Varad through that shield? Molong does not manage to do it, but the Violent Proc, maybe it's enough. With that Dragon's Dance, does manage to get it. A little more chip damage towards this Okeanos. I think this is a win for Bud. It's a pretty good Eludia Cleave setup. The stun comes out on 3 units. Well, the proc from Rakuni, the extra turn, manages to get a research for himself. Aknova concedes. So it's 1-1. 1-1, and the third match will be a random first pick. Be interested to see how the pre-bans go and how the picks go. Interesting match. Like, enjoyable to watch. A little bit different. I think he accepted the battle immediately as he invited the other person. It happens. It happens. When you send 2 invites at the same time, you'll join and get kicked out of it almost instantly. So let's see. Who gets first pick for the third match? With a random first pick, it goes to Aknova. Responding back, that is the alternating first pick. What do we see as the pre-bans? Will we see the same thing? The Ganymades, the Molongs, the Okeanos. We again see the double Ganymede pre-ban. Aknova probably taking the Molong in the first pick here. What will we see as response? We see as response. I'd be inclined to see Sierra Hathor here. That's what I've been recently first picking into Molong first picks. Sierra Hathor is a lot of fun. Very good setup. Units synergize very, very well. Plus the speed lead is a very good advantage. But we might see the Okeanos. We might see something else to go along with this Hathor here. A lot of options. A lot of options. Even Vanessa would be pretty decent early on. So Aknova sees that Hathor, responds with his Wusa. And Diana takes the Diana. Interesting. Wants that Diana force targeting. Ooh, classic. The Rakuni to come in here with Naked Bud's team for the turn cycling when there's no Ganymede. We see the Vanessa to go along with this. We see Perna. Interesting enough, we see Perna a little early on. Maybe Naked Bud's wondering if he needs to pick a double damage dealer setup instead of a triple damage dealer setup instead of a double dealer. Whoa, interesting. So we see the Wind Lightning Emperor possibly coming out, the Ignore Defense mechanic unit, and the Triana. Do we actually see it though? We do not. We do not see it. We do not. Instead of seeing Odin, we see Rocky. Rocky, good pick here as well. Has the Cannot Revive setup. Looks like we got debated by Aknova, so I guess we will not be seeing a Lightning Emperor in the tournament. It's pretty excited too for that ultimate debate. Oh, an Ophelia pick from Make It a Bud from the global server. Rare to see a Ophelia pick. Rare, 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 rare. But I guess now that Make It a Bud and Faint Memory have been using it a little more often, it's not as uncommon. What do we see as the ban, though? That is an interesting setup. A protection unit, actually, for against the Rocky. Maybe that's the bait ban, and he goes for the Wusa. He does go for the Wusa ban, and we see the Hathor ban from Aknova. Ophelia being pretty good option here into the Rocky. Allows for quite a bit of protection against the AoE defense break into Soul Crush. So there's the immediate threat state. Yeah, the legacy meta feels like it. For those of you who are unfamiliar, on EU server, there's an American player called 30 in Legacy that commonly uses Ophelia. Almost every match he picks it. So there's the threat state. Where do we see this Perna aiming towards? Is it going to go towards Rocky? We are going to see it go towards Rocky. So 17k manages to hit for about 80%. About 80% of its HP. And is willing to sacrifice his Diana to take out the threat state. Or maybe just forgot how threat state works. Not quite sure. I think possibly forgot and maybe DC'd. Doesn't quite look like it though. Not quite sure what's going on here. Not quite sure what's going on here. Nice stun though. Nice stun though from the Rocky. Actually does a pretty good setup. That Soul Crush is going to be enough to take out the Perna. So regardless of that Ophelia there and the Diana, that setup is good. So there it is. There's the Molong third skill into the Sierra, and Sierra goes down. Now it is just Ophelia and Rakuni. It is over for Make It a Bud. And it goes 2-1 in Aknova's side. It actually goes 2-1 in Aknova's side. Quite a good match. GG. Ophelia sucks. Feels okay, man. So interesting enough, 4 votes going on Make It a Bud. And none going towards Aknova. But Aknova is the victor of the match. Aknova is the victor. So next we'll be seeing Tiger Bro versus Big Booty Stars. One of the pretty good match setups that I'm excited to see. So let's see that go on. Tiger versus Stars. Whenever you guys are ready, alternating first pick as usual. Good luck, guys. Good luck. And thank you again, everyone, for participating in the tournament. I really do appreciate you guys coming out here on a Saturday morning or a Saturday evening if you're from Europe. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for coming out here and supporting the stream and stuff. It's great. It's awesome. I really enjoy it. And I hope you are enjoying the tournaments. So the pre-bans coming in from Tiger's side as Vanessa and Stars as Ganymede, with Stars getting first pick. So the profile picture and the username is actually a meme on the China server. What they're kind of doing is a lot of them that are placing in high tier RTA are using the same profile picture and the same name so that nobody will know who they are and what their picks are. So Stars takes the first pick Molong. We see the response of Hathor and Perna from Mr. Tiger. What about Saturday afternoon? Yeah, welcome and thank you as well for being here. So Stars takes the Triana and the Okeanos. Okeanos deal well with both of these units, actually, the potential to reset the Perna for the kill, or even just to deny that Hathor from being able to sleep everybody. So response, we see Jean and Amelia. So those get locked in pretty quickly. Stars taking that Diana. Knew he wanted to pick it real quick. And the last pick of Fran. So the double immunity setup with the extra attack bar. And the last pick, Tian Lang, to deny both the Okeanos and the Diana. Pretty good setup. Pretty good setup with a nice last pick here. What do we see as the ban from Tiger? I think Tiger will most likely ban the Triana or the Molong. Bans the Fran. Does not want that strong heal or the 2-turn immunity. Or even potentially the attack down. And we see the Tian Lang ban. If the team is slow and this is a very fast Swift Amelia, this team setup is very, very strong against the Molong. Or at least I think it'll be quite strong against the Molong. Oh, Okeanos outspeeding. Does not land the reset onto Hathor, though. Does not land onto Hathor. So here's the transformation. Here's the immunity units. We see a first skill onto Okeanos. Freezes. Trying to slowly push that attack bar onto the Diana. So strip onto Molong, but we do not see a sleep. So the Violent Proc from Hathor uses Delayed Promise. Puts the Okeanos and Molong asleep for 2 turns. Will we see the rotation? What kind of rotation will we see here from the Hathor and the Jean? So Diana chooses to use Shield. And then Violent Prox gets the stun onto Hathor. Jean cries and cleanses the Hathor. So we see the cleanse from Triana onto Molong. Wants to give Molong a chance to move. He has the skills up. Is Perna breaking through the shield of the Diana? So there's the Reckless Assault onto the Jean. Wants to take it out right away. So we don't see the cleanse yet from the Amelia. Violent Proc from Hathor. Sweet Dreams does not land onto the Triana, but manages to get the strip anyways. So the Cry comes out again, provokes the Triana, does not manage to land on the Molong though. So another Flame Nova from Perna, just chipping down and chipping away at that Diana. Does not manage to CC this Molong. So Molong strips 4 and stuns the Perna and a Violent Proc. So Molong's about 2 turns away from Reckless. It's potential to kill that Jean. Attack break onto Diana from Hathor. Hathor's 1 turn away, I believe. And the invincibility from Jean protects her from the damage incoming. And the cleanse from Amelia manages to take away that stun from Diana. Tiger pops the Triana passive. Triana heals and cleanses the Perna and gets a Violent Proc. So immunity is up for most units here. But a Violent Proc again from Hathor. Hathor getting a lot of turns here. Being a pretty scary threat on her own. Lands Sweet Dreams onto that Diana. So we're seeing the chip damage towards the Molong from Jean and Amelia. Wants to keep Molong's HP low if possible, so when he Recklesses, it won't be as heavy. Maybe might not even hit lethal. So Dragon's Dance comes out, stuns the Amelia only. And the full team is asleep from the Hathor. I think from this position, it is over for Mr. Sars. Being locked up by Jean and Hathor with the Perna there to heal, not good. Not good. Not a good setup. So that is 1-4 Tiger Bro with the really strong draft and the Paladin meta. So match 2 starts. Tiger Bro getting first pick. What do we see as the pre-bans for this match? Pre-bans, Vanessa and Hathor. Stars banning the Hathor instead of, I believe last match was the Ganymede. But Tiger does not want to deal with the 33% speed lead that also revives. Does not want to have to deal with any sort of Vanessa Triana setup or Vanessa Molong setup. First pick Molong. And Stars but responds, taking the Triana and taking away the Perna. So Tiger picks Ganny and Jean. Pretty good, strong first 3 setup. Molong, Ganny, Jean. But also on Star side has the Okeanos with the speed lead Sierra and a Triana. The Perna's a bonus pick. Tiger really favoring that Amelia. Amelia being a very strong unit. And last picks the Chow. Interesting. So Stars responds, immediately taking that Diana. Wants to be able to abuse it when there's no Tian laying up. What do we see as the bans from Tiger's side? Kind of a hard ban. I think the draft is in Star's favor here, actually. So we see the Diana ban, because Diana does really well against that Chow. And the Ganymede ban, so cannot rotate constant CC. Sierra speed lead and the HP lead coming out. So currently, if you guys are just tuning in, Topa beat Spartos 2-0, Seishizo beat Michael 2-0, and Aknova beat Make It a Bud 2-1. We are on the 4th match to determine the semifinals, and we are currently 1 for Tiger Bro and 0 for Mr. Stars, and on the 2nd match. So the Okeanos resets comes out on the Jean, lands, resets. No Okeanos to deal with that, so the immunity comes up from Amelia. Dragon Dance out, full strip stun. Does not stun the Sierra, but stuns both the fire units, and a violent proc from Molong. Do we see it go towards the Triana immediately? We do not. Instead, we see it go towards the Okeanos, who just so happens to be on Nemesis runes. Bomb comes out on Molong. Not enough to kill, but close. But close. No immunity invincibility, sorry, no invincibility cleanse from Jean due to the reset. So let's see this Chow. This Chow continue to go towards the... Pops the Triana's passive. Triana going to attack the Molong again. Rain of Stones coming out. Manages to stun 1, 2. Stuns 2, gets the attack bar for 2. Moves next, but the cleanse from Amelia being pretty good here. Sierra going for the chip damage. Maybe just enough to kill the Molong. Not quite. Just a bit shy. Sean manages to heal a little bit. No defense break onto the Okeanos. Chow might be able to kill regardless. That defense buff just barely keeping him alive. Just barely keeping that Molong alive. And another reset onto Jean. Jean does not have skills again. But maybe we see a freeze or a crit here onto the Okeanos. Maybe just enough to kill. We see the freeze and a crit, but just shy the damage. Just shy. Sierra manages to chip damage, kill the Molong. And gets another turn. Starts chipping away at the Jean. See the heal from Triana. Does Triana have passive again? Or is it 1 turn away? But Jean coming out of that immunity. That Sierra bomb. 17k and gets the stun. And Jean will be going down possibly this turn, actually. It is possible for Chow to win this out, but not quite sure if it will happen or not. So Okeanos goes down. Okeanos is dead. There's the cleanse. Onto Jean from Amelia. The crit from Triana. Just short. Just short. Jean does not manage to stun the Sierra. Sierra chip damage. That defense buff being really strong. An additional turn, though, for the chip damage. Just short. Should be able to kill it regardless. Chow crits Sierra. Sierra goes to bomb the Chow. Lands it. This should be GG. This should be GG. I think at this point in the match, the Sierra bomb is just a little bit too much for that Chow to deal with. Sierra taking an extra turn, gets the bomb, lands the bomb on both units, and that's GG. So 1 match for Stars and 1 match for Tiger Bro. Oh, not quite ready to concede. Not quite ready to concede. Wants to give it one more chance. Let's give it one more chance. So that's it. That's the first match. 3rd match, random first pick. So here it is. 3rd match goes to Tiger Bro for the first pick. What are the pre-bans? The pre-bans are Sierra on Sierra and Hathor. Interesting enough. Tiger respecting that Sierra, the speed lead and the extra damage that comes from the ignore defense and the crit. A lot of rotated turns. Pretty good setup. Yo, Paochi, hello, what's up? Do we see the Molong first pick again from Tiger? We do see the Molong first pick. Stars taking Triana again. Safety net with the Perna. Exclamation point bracket if you want to vote, but you need a challenge on account. Oh, Tiger has Okeanos now? So there it is. We see it. We see the holy trinity of the best first 3 picks. Molong, Ganymede, Okeanos. Stars taking the Fran to go with his Perna and Diana. So Fran is quite good. Her kit is amazing. Her base stats are a little bit weak, which makes her balanced. If her base stats were Nat 4 and Nat 5 tier, she would be unbelievable as a unit. Fran is a very good pick. Whoa, interesting to see from Tiger. So we see the Dark Tree. Is it the Hyens, I believe? Hyens or something? With the Jean. I don't want to spoil it what it does right now, but I've seen this work, and it is a very, very strong setup. This unit is very cool and very unique. So Stars last picking the Charlotte wants that attack bar denial and possibly stuns and the slow debuff. Dark Tree though. Dark Tree posing a pretty good threat. I wonder if Stars knows what it does and is ready to fight against it. So there it is. There's the Okeanos ban and the Triana ban. Will Stars be able to fight this Dark Tree? So we see the speed, the 10% speed lead on the Fran there, and the accuracy lead from Ganymede. So for those of you who don't know, the Dark Tree works similarly to a baby version of Nyx, in which its third skill will extend debuffs by 1 turn and shorten buffs by 1 turn. The second skill is an AoE slow debuff and attack bar reduction. But the activation rate is not 100%. Wintry is best, Ovo. So here it is. Here it is. Ganymede moves. Seal magic on the Fran. No immunity. But Charlotte manages to cut in between. Manages to reduce the attack bar a little bit on that Jean. But AoE slow debuff goes on the team. Violent proc from the Dark Tree. There's the 2-turn provoke and the invincibility onto Molong. Molong sets up for a nuke onto the Diana. Diana in human form, no HP, does not lose anything really. This is GG. This Dark Dryad is about to end the game. So there it is. 3-turn provoke on 2 units with a violent proc. Another slow with the slow debuff. 3-turn provoke with slow debuff. In a setup where Ganymede can come out and ventilate at any time. This combo is very, very strong. Very unique to see, though. Very unique to see, but it is cool to see it. Oh, but the extra turns from the Charlotte does not manage to get an extra stun or an extra sleep to get another turn. And it's just not quite going into it. It's not quite there. This team setup is unbelievable. Even without the procs, just the Molong being able to land the 4 strips was unbelievable. That perfectly set up the combination, and there was not much left for Stars to work with. So that goes 2-0 or 2-1, sorry, in favor of Tiger Bro. It was a good match though. GG, well played. That is an epic combo that is always enjoyable for me to see as a spectator. Sorry to hear that you were the one who had to succumb to that, Stars, but I do love to see that. I do love to see that composition. So that is the first round. We'll be moving on to the semifinals where Topa faces Seishizo and Aknova faces Tiger Bro. So Seishizo is the only hope left for EU to win the tournament. So let's see if he's able to beat Topa. Would you guys like a couple minutes before we start, or do you guys think you're ready? And keep in mind, because you're in the semifinals now, what will happen is if you win the match, you'll move into the finals. If you lose the match, you'll be playing for 3rd place. The prizes are $50, $30, and $20. So even if you lose, you still have a chance to win something. You ready? Seishizo, are you ready, sir? Best of 5? No. The semifinals are best of 3. The finals and the 3rd place match will be best of 5. So the current matches will be best of 3. Is the prize money coming out of my pocket? The last 4 weeks, the prize money has come out of my pockets. But for this one, Sarah Nademe donated to the prize pool So she's funding the entire tournament this time. Hopefully in the future, as we go forward, we'll be able to get Comp to us to help us out. You know, fund it with a couple crystals here and there, similar to how like Burke and Savvy had tournaments. So, you know, as long as we can continue to grow this and really show that people enjoy the content, we can probably grow it and have a good opportunity. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. So Seishizo versus Topa V for the first match of the semifinals. Seishizo gets first pick. Pre-bans coming out as both the LD Nat 5s that the users have, the Chiana and the Yinhong. Man, I'm still thinking about that comp Tiger pulled out. That Dark Tree is nuts. That unit is insane. Insane with what it can do for that setup. That is a very fun unit to see. So first pick Seishizo takes the Hathor. Denies Topa his Gani Hathor combination. And his Hathor Jean combination. Smart that he takes the Hathor instead of the Ganymede. Maybe he doesn't have a Ganymede, who knows. But takes the Hathor and manages to break 2 of the combos at the same time. But also knowing Seishizo regularly likes to take Hathor Sierra as a early setup. So Topa responds. Takes Sierra and Ganymede. Seishizo responding with Okeanos and Triana. So we're probably going to see a Garo here at +1. Possibly an Amelia or maybe a second damage dealer. We know Seishizo likes to pick the Chow. I believe he might also have a Perna. Yo, Kavzon, how are you? Hello, sir. You have a Dark Tree? I want to play on your account one day. You have a lot of units. So Topa takes the double immunity setup into this. So we see the quick response of Garo for the speed lead setup and the strong damage, and we see a Diana. But Topa picks the double immunity, so he takes Sierra, Ganymede, and the Fran with the Amelia. Sierra has actually come back into the meta quite a bit lately. I find myself picking Sierra a lot more. With the whole low damage comp meta and the speed and the support meta, having a speed lead unit that chip damages and rotates turns really fast is very effective. So last pick Rika, probably going to be the obvious force ban here. Great last pick though. What does Topa ban on Seishizo's side? Does he ban the Triana or does he ban one of the damage dealers? So there's the Triana ban and the Rika ban. I don't know who I think the draft favors. I want to say the draft favors Seishizo, as he has 2 damage dealers to this setup. But the Fran has a lot of potential with that first skill stun and attack down. So first turn, not quite sure what he wants to do. Goes for the reset onto Amelia, but Ganymede moves before the Amelia. So the reset potential is there. Probably doesn't need to use it though. Instead chooses to go for the first skill strip onto Hathor. Does not get the violent proc though. Tries for the first skill stun / freeze onto Garo. Does not land. So Diana has been pushed forward. Diana moves. Do we see? Diana shields. It's for the shield set. So here's the attack buff and the immunity. But Hathor outspeeds the Sierra, manages to sleep the Sierra as well. And does he use it? He does. He reduces the attack bar of the Sierra, but it does not land. No attack bar reduction, no 2-turn sleep, double resistance. Oh, does land the attack bar reduction, sorry. Does not land the sleep though, so single turn sleep. The ability to cleanse that Sierra is there, but chooses not to use it. Do we see the ventilate into the Fran? No, we do not. We see the attack bar. No, wait, what? It didn't land the 2-turn sleep, did it? Or did it land and tick? Was I right the first time? So I was right the first time. It landed the sleep and then it ticked over. Okay, that's what I thought. But then I second guessed myself when I saw where the attack bar was. So opted to use the seal magic onto Okeanos instead of ventilating the fairy for the immediate attack buff onto the Sierra. But Sierra gets the bomb onto Diana. So let's see what we get out of this. Amelia manages to freeze the Garo, though. A little bit unlucky of a setup. Ventilate onto Sierra. Sierra gets another bomb. The bomb goes onto Thor. Lands the bomb. He's just rotating turns. Not afraid of cleanse. So taking the Sierra for a lot of extra turns. Fran manages to first skill, stun, and attack break the Garo. Sweet dreams onto that fairy right there. Diana eats the bomb, but Violent Proc's out. So here's the attack towards the Sierra. Do we see a stun? And a Violent Proc? A stun, but no Violent Proc. Not a bad setup. Okeanos not sure what to do. Goes for the reset onto Amelia. No cleanse for Sierra. Sierra not in the greatest of places right now, actually. Even with that attack break on the Garo, that Garo could move and kill. But the Violent Proc from Gani, Seal Magic, reduces the attack bar again. Here comes the potential Purify. There's the Purify and the immunity naturally coming up. Wow, Amelia lands a freeze onto Diana. An unlucky setup for Seixas, though. Attack break still on Garo. Not looking so great. Sierra lands the bomb. Diana Violent Procs eats the bomb and dies. So there's the stun onto Sierra. But the attack break. Sierra Violent Procs out of stun, killing the Hathor. Defense buff up from Amelia onto Sierra. Doesn't look like Garo will be able to kill this. And the ventilate onto Fran with the extra Violent Proc from Gani allows him to get extra turns. Here's the heal with the attack buff again. Not looking so great. So Sierra throws another bomb onto Garo and goes to chip damage towards the Okeanos. Amelia landing another freeze. And there's the reset again and another Violent Proc for Ganymede. Means Ganymede every turn gives something different. Whether it's Seal Magic or Ventilate, has it all. Sierra taking extra turns. It's not looking good for the Garo. Even with the bombs coming up. Manages to kill the Sierra. The bombs should tick all at once. But with low enough... Oh, but they tick separately. I forgot. I believe the bombs tick separately. And then the dots tick separately as well. So, Garo not being able to do enough in that setup. Again, for Topa, Gani being the MVP every single time he is on the scoreboard. Manages to get all of the turns on his Ganymede. Taking over every time. So, match 2. Oh. Lag. Hello. Lag. Lag. Monka S. My internet doesn't like that I've been streaming for 16 hours. It's not happy. The Goodwill contest has ended. Okay, I can't even like load back into the game. Let me restart my game. Let me log back into that room really quick. We'll let them continue playing since they already started the match. I've just asked them to play a little bit slower just so I can get back in. I'll be in just a moment. Don't want to expose the room code, so I'm just disconnecting my tablet from my capture card for just a moment. You can get a Starbucks and come back in the time that pre-ban takes. Feels okay. And we are back. We've returned. I'm back to the room, and we can go back to spectating. All right, let's go back to the commentary. So the pre-bans, first pick goes to Seishizo for the second match. Pre-bans of the same thing, and Topa manages to take away the first pick, Hathor. Oh, the first pick did not go to Seishizo. My apologies. First pick went to Topa. Topa takes first pick, Hathor. The guildie you're farming with just got a ragdoll. Congratulations to him. So Seishizo takes the Sierra and the Amelia. Immediate first 2 picks. Wants Topa to know that he is not going to deal with all of that immunity. Or all of that CC. So Topa going back to old roots. You see the Gani Hathor Jean. Great comp. Super strong with that Jean meta. What do we see from Mr. Seishizo? We see Triana and Rakuni. A lot of safety picks here. A lot of safety picks. So Topa again going back for that. Takes the Tiana and Tessarian. Pretty good setup. I think we're going to see a traditional damage dealer last pick here from Seishizo, but what is it going to be? So he picks the Garo. Is he going to allow the Tiana to go through, or is he going to allow the Tessarian to go through? He has to make a choice. How far along are we? We are currently in the second match, or sorry, we're in the first match of the semifinals, and it is 1-0 for Topa right now. So the semifinals are best of 3. Only the finals and the third place decider match will be best of 5. So we see the Tessarian ban and the Amelia ban. So speed lead comes out on Seishizo's side. Not quite sure if he's going to be able to actually deal with all of this. There's a lot going on with that immunity setup and the Tiana. I think Seishizo loses this match. Exclamation point bracket if you want to see the brackets. So the reset goes on to... Reset on Triana, and Hathor lands sleep on 3 and a violent proc. Stun from Jean onto Garo. Not looking so hot, but does Dragon Attack does stun the Hathor even after the ventilate. Not terrible. The potential exists. The potential exists here with the Rakuni, but it's not the greatest. The revenge on Garo is pretty strong here. Allows for potential survivability if it gets targeted. But we'll see. We will see. No resistance from that one. So the targeting is swapped over to the Rakuni. Rakuni self-cleanse. Rabbit's agility on himself. Does not manage to cleanse anyone else off. No violent proc to wake anyone else up. 1 turn sleep on everyone, but the provoke is gone. Provoke is gone. Do we see a Seal Magic? Ventilate? What do we see? What's next? What's next in this turn rotation? So we see the Seal Magic onto the Rakuni. Attack bar reduction goes back on everyone except for Garo. Garo wakes up. No CC ready yet. Here should be the Cry though. Cry comes up. Cry lands on everyone except for Sierra and Rakuni. Rakuni... No violent proc. Sierra, violent proc out of sleep possibly. Do we see it? Ventilate onto Hathor for the extra sleep. We do not see it from Sierra. Chip damage coming out from the Garo onto the Jean, though. Not the greatest setup. Actually, there's potential for Seishizo to win. That Garo is doing pretty good work. And being on Revenge is actually a pretty decent threat against this team. With the attack going to 30% and 30%, actually not so great of a setup for Topa. That Revenge working wonders. And the extra turn goes into the Garo. Garo takes out the Jean. Setup is actually pretty good. Shizo being able to take it out. The only defense break coming out from Tiana is actually pretty rough for Topa. His comp not working out well enough. Taking a little bit too long to kill a unit right off the bat. So he concedes the match, and it goes 1-1 for Seishizo. So for the third match, it'll be a random first pick. So between the two, let's see who gets it, and let's see who wins. Moves on to the finals. Tiana would also do pretty good late game damage. So Seishizo gets the first pick. Same pre-bans again. What are we going to see? Does Seishizo go again for that Hathor deny pick, or do we pick something else? Does he go with roots? He picks the Sierra again. He's willing to give up the Gani Hathor. Not too worried about it. Will Seishizo be able to keep the dream alive? I don't know if Seishizo has a Molong, and I know Topa doesn't have one. I'm pretty sure. Will Seishizo be able to keep the dream alive, though, and keep EU in the tournament? Currently, we have 3 globals and 1 EU in the top 4. So Seishizo opting for the same picks again. Not too worried about this. Wow, one of them has Yin Hong and the other one has Gianna. Who's EU? Seishizo is EU. Topa is global. Aknova is global, and Tiger is global. So Topa takes away the Garo. Takes away the Garo from Seishizo. Does not pick his classic Tiana Jean comp. So Seishizo picks the Chilling. Chilling doing great work against that Garo. And a Miang pick. Pretty good. Isn't Tiger from China? Tiger lives in Canada and also plays on global server. Tiger's god comp of the Dark Tree is nuts, and I would never in my life want to fight it. Last pick Jean. So we have the Gani Hathor Jean with the Garo Tasarian setup. Seishizo having 2 ways to deal with the Garo, so probably not banning the Garo and the Sierra with the Amelia and Rakuni. What do we see? I think the ban is on Hathor. Ban's on Gani. Interesting to see the Gani ban and not the Hathor ban. But Topa banning the Amelia. I wonder if Seishizo will be okay for this setup. The Dark Tree, the Dark Dryad. The Dark Dryad. Working as kind of like a baby Nyx setup. It is real Tiger playing. Yeah. So Chilling moves first. Chilling will outspeed the Hathor, but chooses not to go for it. Instead, buffs up his own speed on his team. So Rakuni, Rabbit Agility onto Chilling. Probably going towards the Garo. Nope, does not go towards the Garo. Instead, we see it going towards the Tasarian. Blade Fan on Tasarian. Violent proc. Takes the Tasarian to half HP. Bomb to kill Tasarian. Here comes the bomb. Is it enough to kill? It is enough to kill. And an extra turn on Sierra means Sierra is closer to bomb. So we see Garo, Hathor, Jean. Will we be able to play around it? The sleep lands on all units. And waking up that Rakuni. Rakuni, with the speed buff, though, from the Chilling earlier, manages to wake up the Sierra right away. So the stun onto Sierra from Garo. Hathor not being able to regain turns to CC really easily. This Jean is going to have to use Cry pretty early. Does not land it on the Miang, though. No stun onto Sierra. This is actually a really good setup for Seishizo. It's quite the pick setup. Gets the bomb. Bomb onto Hathor. Doesn't need to blow it up yet. Can try to force out the invincibility cleanse. Hathor sleeps the Miang. So there's the invincibility cleanse. Slow debuff onto Jean. From Chilling. Garo does not kill Sierra. Sierra 1 HP. Still chooses to hit the Jean even though he knows it's revenge. Violent proc on the Miang to heal. Attack break onto Sierra, though. Speed buff again with Chilling. Allows the Rakuni to cleanse and give the Sierra an immediate turn. Sierra putting the bomb onto Jean. Now no longer has to worry about it, but blows it up anyways once that mid. Doesn't want to get possibly stunned or have that first skill healing. Resists the bomb stun. Has a dot. Sean could go down this turn to just about anything. Chilling, Miang, anything would take it down. So Miang almost takes it down with a dot. Violent Prox takes it out. Chilling should be able to kill the Garo here. Not a great position for Topa. I don't think Topa can actually win against this Chilling Miang setup. Even with that Violent Proc into the sleep. Not sure it's likely enough that this Garo will be able to kill through the Chilling and the Miang. It might happen, though. So we see the first skill onto Garo. Garo's slow debuffed, though. Sleep onto Chilling. We see Rakuni self-boost. Nope, no need. Instead, pokes the Chilling down. Or pokes at the Garo. Not too worried. Garo doesn't have a stun. Miang has Blade Fan. Miang does have Blade Fan, and it is over. That is the match. So Seishizo wins 2-1 versus Topa, knocking Topa into the lower bracket for the third place match and moving on to the final. So we have our first finalist, Seishizo, taking it 2-1 against Topa. So EU Dream is still alive, still has potential to win the tournament and bring glory to the European server. GG, guys. Well played, well played. So Aknova versus Tiger. Best of 3, same format. So we'll do the third place match before we do the finals. So first pick goes to Aknova. First pick going to Mr. Aknova. So the Triana pre-ban comes out from Tiger and the Gani pre-ban from Aknova. So Aknova most likely picking the Mo Long at first. Yo, Chino, thank you for the 14-month resub, sir. Welcome back to the library. So what will we see in this best of 3 series? Aknova with the first pick, Molong. What does Tiger respond with? Has a lot of pick options nowadays. So we see the Hathor and the Perna. Really, really likes his Perna. Always a pretty early pick for him. Aknova taking the Wusa second. Likes immunity. Likes that fast Wusa safety. And Okeanos. Takes the Okeanos away from Tiger. So Tiger responds by taking Amelia. And Diana. Tiger pulled, that's what I was surprised that Tiger had an Okeanos as well. Apparently Andy pulled it for him recently, like very recently. So Aknova picks the Rocky. Picks the Rocky to deal with this Perna. And the Diana Hathor actually, pretty decent setup. And the Vanessa wants to take the protection unit to speed lead. What do we see from Tiger as the last pick here? We see the last pick, Chow. Pretty decent last pick. What is the ban on Tiger's side? I think the ban goes towards the... probably the Okeanos. I would like to think the Okeanos is the ban. But it might actually just be the speed lead. It might just be the Vanessa ban. What's up, Rage Star? So we do see the Rocky ban. We do see Rocky ban. And Tiger losing his Amelia. So the speed lead comes in. Probably resistance lead, since defense lead is not necessarily the best when it's only for water. Instead of seeing the speed lead, we actually see the accuracy lead from Aknova. Really, really wants to have that maxed out accuracy for the reset onto this Sierra. Doesn't pick the speed lead though. Interesting. Not quite the choice I would make, but it might work out for him. It might pay off. But Hathor with the resistance Just goes to show that Okeanos, like Buds, does not do a lot of work sometimes. Chow comes in, going for the big hits towards that. Vanessa gets the extra turn, brings Vanessa to half. Half already before the Perna even moves. Accuracy lead versus resistance lead, though. We all know how that is. It's you flip that coin and you pray. You pray. So Diana goes towards the Molong, trying to chip it down, keep its HP low. Goes for the stun, does not land the stun. Big Flame Nova, almost killing and taking out that Vanessa, but not quite, just a little bit shy. Okeanos still has a chance to redeem himself. Here's the Rain of Stones. Rain of Stones landing on 3. Pretty decent. It's not land on the Chow, but overall not bad. Not a bad setup. Oh, but Molong's Dragon Dance stuns 2. Defense break from Vanessa onto Diana. Sleep from Wusa, though. But Hathor is angry. She does not want to deal with this shit. So what she does, she puts everyone to sleep. Misses on Okeanos, but manages to land the attack break separately. But Wusa wants to turn it around. He says he's better than Hathor. So he sleeps the Chow immediately after sleeping the Diana. Reset comes in on the Perna from the Okeanos. Diana procs out of sleep. Gets the turn. Human form goes towards the Wusa. Chips down the Wusa because it's not sleeping, not CC'd yet. But Wusa doing amazing work. Holy. Stun on Wusa from Diana. Hathor goes for the sleep onto Okeanos. Does not land the sleep, unfortunately. Perna takes out the Vanessa. There's the confirmed kill. Attack break transfer onto Perna. Thor, I believe, getting pretty close to the setup where it needs to be. So Diana comes in, gets ready to take out the Wusa. Wusa goes down. Yo, Sinshay, thank you very much for the host. Thank you, sir. And Aknova concedes the match. That is match 1 for Tiger. Match 1 goes towards Tiger. So the first pick will be going towards Tiger for the second match. I heard your summons were really good. I hope your runecrafts and reaps were just as good, sir. Thank you very much for the host. And welcome everyone to the tournament. We're actually pretty far into the tournament right now. So I can do a quick recap after we finish this match. Or I can do it while they're searching. So in the first round, we had Spartas versus Topa. Topa V taking it 2-0. Second round was Seishizo versus Michael. Seishizo taking that one 2-0. Make It a Bud versus Aknova. Aknova wins 2-1 versus Make It a Bud. And the fourth one, Tiger Bro takes 2-1 against Big Booty Stars. So now we are in the second match of the semifinals. Seishizo beat Topa 2-1. And currently we are doing Aknova versus Tiger Bro, where Tiger is up 1 and gets first pick. You just pulled dupe. You pulled a Ladriel and dupe Wang from TOA clear. Congrats. Congratulations, sir. So the pre-bans come out. The Amelia pre-ban from Aknova, and again the Triana pre-ban from Tiger. Will Tiger take the Molong first pick, or will he take something else instead? Crafts and reaps were horrible. I heard you got 3.5s though. Did you get anything new, sir? Can you find these matches somewhere on YouTube? I will be uploading all of the last 5 tournaments to YouTube within the next 2 weeks. So you'll see them on my channel. If you want to go to my channel, it's youtube.com/c/OnceInLuv, or you can type !YouTube in chat and you'll get it there. So Aknova takes the Gani Hathor because it's open. It looks like Tiger might be going towards that secret strat again. We see the Tiana and Okeanos pick. Aknova taking Diana and the Meiho Wong. Are we going to see Jean and the Dark Tree as the last 2 picks for Tiger? We don't see the Dark Tree. Instead, we see the Perna. So we see Jean and Perna. Pretty good setup against this team. What does Aknova take as his last pick? Aknova last pick here. Rakuni would be okay. Gara would be okay. Vanessa would be alright. Vanessa would actually be pretty good, I think. I think Vanessa probably being the best choice. Picks the Varad, though. Wants the hard CC. Wants the hard CC. What do we see as the ban from Tiger's side? I think the ban's going to be the Fire Monkey King. Because if Aknova bans the Perna, there's not a lot of ways to deal with it. Though with every other unit, there are many different ways to fight it. What does Dark Tree do? Dark Tree is like a baby Nyx almost. The second skill is AoE attack bar reduction and AoE slow debuff. The third skill is a beneficial effect. It lowers beneficial effects by 1 turn and increases harmful effects by 1 turn. So there's the Ganymede ban. So we see the accuracy lead and the resistance lead. I think it's the other way around. Nyx is baby Dark Tree. You're not wrong, sir. You are not wrong, sir. So the Tiana comes out. Okeanos goes for the AoE stun. Revenge stun on Okeanos from that Fire Monkey King, though. Oh, and the defense break onto Meho Wong from the Molong. Violent proc, possibly a Reckless. Does not go for the Reckless. Does not need it. Does not fear it. So we see the big fat shield come from Diana as she violent procs out of that stun. But anyways, even through the Diana shield, hits 26k onto that Fire Monkey King and one-shots it. Entirely takes it out of the match. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage. Most of us knowing Diana shield is huge. If you rune your Diana quite tanky, like, that shield is probably 13 plus k. That was crazy. Oh my goodness. This Perna is so thick and so hefty. My gosh. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I never would have expected to see that kind of damage output. Oh my goodness. Looks like a 200 crit damage Perna. That was quite thick. Quite thick indeed. But chance for Aknova. Managed to get the freeze on 3. Attack bar reduction full. And the Diana is beginning to move in human form. Going towards that Molong, wants to lower its HP. I think the Perna's rune triple crit damage. Hathor getting extra turns. Hathor actually could be in a position where she'll get her third skill up pretty quickly here. If Perna procs out of this freeze with no attack break, that Diana dies in 1 turn right now. You can check the brackets at ! bracket. And I called it. There it is. There's the Flame Nova. 41k onto that Diana. Deletes the unit. Entirely destroys it. It never existed in the system. Oh my goodness. That Diana just got Mr. Smith. It was removed from the Matrix. Oh my goodness. There's just not much to say. That Perna just destroyed everything. This brings a whole new light to me seeing Perna again as a unit. Viability, like, wow. And the 10k coming out from Tiana second skill onto the Varad. That is a 2-0 for Tiger. So Tiger wins semifinals, goes 2-0. Well, not quite one yet, but it would be very unlikely to see it otherwise. So Tiger takes that 2-0. So Tiger moves on to the final to fight Seishizo. Seishizo keeping the EU dream alive, holding that torch high for the chance to win the tournament as a European competitor. But Aknova moves on into the bronze match, so the 3rd place match. So for the finals and for the 3rd place match, it will be a best of 5 format with alternating first pick. And that'll be Topa versus Aknova. I have not seen his Perna. I need to check it out, dude. I need to check it out. So good luck to you guys both. Good luck, good luck, good luck. And let's see how it goes. So first pick for the first match goes towards Topa. playing for third place for the potential to win $20. First place being $50 and second place being $30. Bronze match is live. Topa versus Aknova. What do we see as the pre-bans? What does Topa pre-ban against Aknova? Aknova knowing well enough to pre-ban that Yunhong. Topa pre-bans the Okeanos. A lot of time to think here. A lot of time to ponder who you think will win this series and what the picks will be for each match. A lot of unnecessary time that we have in these pre-ban phase modes. The first pick, Gani for Topa. Aknova responds, taking away the Hathor combo setup for Topa and picks the Molong himself. No attack buff. Just defense break, and I think 10 or 20% attack and HP difference. It was defense break, no attack buff. So Topa responds, takes Sierra and Triana. Wants that heavy wind meta setup. Aknova responding, denies the Vanessa Triana setup, even though Topa doesn't have it, but still wants it because the speed lead is a great option and the defense break setup. Takes the Diana to go with his team into the triple win pick so far. Topa probably takes Garo and Rakuni or Jean and something. Fran and Rika. Rika, I always forget Topa has Rika. Rika being a great option into this team. Great option into the Windfire teams. Has that slow debuff. Provides dots. Stun. A lot of good CC. And the last pick in there with the Fran as well. The Fran being able to single target cleanse along with the Triana. 2-turn immunity. Great unit setup. Works quite well with the Perna. So instead, Aknova actually takes the Hathor-Jean combination against Topa. Wants to show him that he knows how to use it in a different way. Doesn't need the Ganymede, but will clean it with the Molong, Vanessa, Diana setup. So what are the bans here? What are the bans for Topa and what are the bans for Aknova? I think on Topa's side, the best ban is probably the Hathor or the Molong. So the Hathor ban comes out and the Rika ban comes out, respecting that Rika. She is the big AoE threat. I think Amelia would have been a really, really good last pick for Aknova. Amelia would be a great last pick there. But if it's Swift, maybe not. Might not fit. So we see the Seal Magic. There it is. Seal onto Jean, but no attack bar reduction. Fran moving next. Provides the immunity. Molong goes in between Fran and Triana and the Sierra. Do we see the third skill, or do we see a... We see the Reckless Assault onto Sierra immediately, and a Violent proc into Dragon's Dance. Strip Stun takes out all the buffs on the important units, leaves the Gani with the attack buff and the immunity. But Triana Violent procs out and manages to cleanse and heal that Sierra. But Diana's coming in. She's coming in hot. She's ready. She is coming in hot and she is ready. Diana gets the attack bar reduction. Stays in human form. The bomb goes up on her. Vanessa popped the Triana passive though. Bomb comes out. There's the revive with HP. Changes forms. This should be the kill onto Sierra. From this position, does not look great, but the potential with Triana, as Triana can do quite a bit of damage, exists. I want to call it out and say that it's over for Topa, but it's not. It's definitely not over when Fran, Ganymede, and Triana sit on the table. Triana's damage output can exceed quite a bit later on into the match, but the real outlier for me is the potential for the Gani to move 2 turns every turn. If Gani moves 2 turns every turn, he'll have between Ventilate and Seal Magic every turn, which both denies attack bar as well as does quite good damage and provides good sustain. So here it starts out. Here are the extra turns. The attack bar reduction comes out. Everyone has been attack bar reduced. Not quite sure how I felt about Aknova making the choice to pop the Triana passive while his Diana was still in human form. I think it would have been better to wait and maybe take it the next turn afterwards. But, you know, playstyle difference. Jean not really doing anything. Maybe if she gets the opportunity to invincibility the Molong for third skill, but Molong was reset prior, so it's not looking the greatest. I think Aknova made a mistake with that when he pushed the Triana's passive with his Vanessa and let his Diana stay in a vulnerable position. I think that's where he had the most potential to lose the match. He threw away the passive on the Vanessa, and that low of an HP percent on Diana is really, really unsafe. So Triana sleeps the Molong. The immunity comes back up onto Topa's team. It's not looking great. Not looking great. Even with that one provoke there, Gani has been getting some pretty decent extra turns. Has a lot of potential extra turns on Triana as well. She gets her heal back up pretty quick with the immunity. Just not enough damage on this Vanessa to really get it out there. I think the target should be swapped, to be honest. I think that Aknova should be going towards the Fran right now, knowing that Fran's base stats are overall weaker than the other units. I think killing Fran twice would be, or through the Triana passive would be more effective and easier to do. But there is an opportunity here. Nope, does not get the opportunity. No chance to cry for Jean. She gets slept. Molong stun, not quite enough. Not quite enough. Fran has her heal. Fran's heals actually, interestingly enough, become stronger over time due to the fact of the attack scaling on them. Allows for Fran to heal more and more in the endgame. Strips the invincibility off of Molong, though. No chances. Lands the sleep. And these stuns. Fran doing a lot of work. Fran doing a lot of work here. I think that that mistake of losing the Diana too early is going to cost Aknova the match against the Triana and Fran setup. Fran landing a lot of stuns. A lot of stuns. Pretty strong unit. I think this targeting choice doesn't help, but this is kind of a post-fact issue. I wouldn't personally credit this towards Topa playing the match properly or really, really well or outplaying. I would honestly just say that Aknova outplayed himself by throwing away his Diana too early. I think maybe a little bit of overconfidence to killing the Sierra early was the biggest issue, but we'll move on to the second match. Who had first pick? I will check. You had first pick, I think. Yeah, you had first pick. So first pick should go towards Mr. Aknova for the second match. So Topa is up 1 against Aknova. Let's see if Aknova changes his targeting preferences or maybe picks a separate draft. We'll see how that match affects him going forward in the series. Reminder, because this is the third place match, the bronze match decider, it will be a best of 5, not a best of 3. So the first pick Ganymede from Aknova. Topa responds by taking Hathor Jean. Pretty strong combo to set up. Aknova takes Wusa Bastet. Interesting. Interesting to see the Bastet here. So gives Topa the Diana and the Triana. A lot of protection setup. Takes the Garo. And the Wind Lightning Emperor. Here we see it. We see the Wind Lightning Emperor, guys. So we see Odin. What do we see as the last pick from Topa? So picks the Sierra. Goes for that wind-heavy team again with the speed lead. So the interesting thing about Odin is that he gains knowledge stacks as he gains beneficial effects, right? So when he gets 5, he fully ignores defense. Otherwise, he ignores 15% chance. Now, when he dies, he revives based on his knowledge stacks as well. And if an ally or enemy dies, he gains knowledge stacks. This will be interesting to see how well the Odin plays into this. So the Jean band comes out. Very interesting monster. Actually, probably works quite well into this composition, this setup. It's smart for Topa, definitely, to ban out the Bastet. The attack bar boost on top of the attack buff will be very, very strong for this setup. The immunity comes out. He gains 3 stacks. Triana moves. Hathor moves. Hathor goes for the sleep onto Gani. Does not land it. No will on Sierra. So we see the reset onto Hathor. No need to reset the Triana right away. Might actually just go straight for the Triana. So the strip goes out onto Gani. Gets the turn. Do we see stun? No stun, though. So Garo probably goes towards Triana here. Goes towards Diana. Interesting. Lands the stun. This is actually my first time ever seeing anyone use a Lightning Emperor. Because I was away when they were released, so I haven't actually seen their attack animations or anything like that. No attack buff. Can only do so much. So ventilate towards the Wusa, which means when the Wusa has the opportunity to get that, there will be 5 stacks for the Lightning Emperor. But the bomb comes out, almost enough to kill the Gani. Not quite there, close. But Diana should be able to kill Gani now. Unless he goes for the Wusa for the stun. So the revive comes out. There are 5 stacks now. It's not necessarily need to use the Wusa, but gets the violent proc on Diana, able to strip again, but goes for the big shield. The third skill comes out onto that Triana, hits it for, I believe, about, I think that was that 15k? Animations are pretty quick, hard to see. Ooh, but Hathor strip onto the Lightning Emperor. Not the greatest of situations. And the Diana with the violent proc again regains its skills. Goes for the human transformation anyways, even with the Garo being able to move quite quickly after. And the Revenge Wusa, no sleep. Diana gets to move anyways. She gets the turn. She moves before. She is fast enough. No stun onto Wusa. Does Odin need attack buff? I feel like Odin probably does best with attack buff. So Triana is dead. 5 stacks on the Odin again. Are we going to see the Sierra Bomb onto Odin? We do. Resistance, though. That resist being a little on the unlucky side. 1 violent proc from Hathor. Nope, no violent proc. No chance to put everyone to sleep. The attack break does land, though, on Odin. Diana. Chip damaging away at Odin. Does chip damage away. Oh, maybe just enough to kill. Might be just enough to kill with that dot there. Is is just enough to kill if Wusa doesn't have second skill. Wusa does not have second skill. Sierra would move anyways. Does he secure the kill? He does secure the kill for safety. Revives with full HP, losing all knowledge. Puts the bomb up, lands the bomb, blowing it up. The bomb doing 18k does kill Odin. Can Garo win this out? Garo has the potential to win this out. But I don't quite know is... Oh, the Revenge Wusa sleep, though, onto the Hathor. Denies Hathor's 2-turn sleep as an AoE. Interesting to see. And another Revenge from the Wusa. Do we see Aknova go towards stunning the Sierra? No, we see the first skill onto Diana. Breaks the shield. And here is the immunity again. This Garo actually has the potential and the protection to win the match. So I think it would be best if... Yeah, if Topa throws away his Diana for the chance to kill the Garo. There it is. There's the kill. The secured kill. Sleep onto Wusa. Strips the buffs. Narrow escape safety. Another bomb comes up. Does he have it? The bomb comes up, blows it up. That should kill Garo, right? Does kill Garo. So, Topa takes a second match. Takes a second match. I would love to moderate SWC. I just don't think I'm good enough. Got to keep working at it, and then maybe one day I get invited. Pog. So, second match for Topa. And potentially securing third place. Potentially securing third place. So, Aknova banning Hathor this time does not actually ban the Yinhong. To be perfectly honest, if I have to ban against Topa, I ban Hathor every single match. And the reason I ban Hathor every single match is because Hathor enables both the Jean and the Gani more, in my opinion, than any of the other units paired together. I think the Hathor is the key to that composition. So Topa pre-banning the Okeanos again. Let's see how the picks change with the Hathor ban up. So first pick Gani. We see Molong, and what do we see from Mr. Aknova? What's up, Crystal? How are you? Triana? Picks the Wusa again. Picks the Wusa, picks the safety. So again, we're going to see Diana, Triana. Probably going to see a Sierra again in the future here. Maybe not, because there's less strippers. Thank you, Jengen. I'll finish it up after I finish the tournament here. We have 7 attackers, so we should be okay. Yes, the third place match decider is a best of 5, and the finals are also a best of 5. So Aknova opts to take Garo and Vanessa, the double speed lead, both fire units, into Topa's team. Nobody ever picks Antares against Topa, though, except for me. I think more people need to pick Antares into this kind of team. So there it is. There's the Sierra and Hong as the last setup. What do we see as the last pick from Aknova? If he has a Rika, this is a good pick. A Helena is also a good pick here. What else do we have? So we see a Rocky. Okay, so we see a Rocky. That deals pretty decently with the Triana, as it is also a multi-hit nuke. What do we see as bans? Topa probably bans Rocky, as it's the AoE defense breaker, or the Molong for the fear, and then Topa bans the Diana. Okay, interesting. I think it's Topa's side, I ban the Triana, or I ban the Yinhong. Probably the... Sorry, as Aknova, I think I ban the Triana. But let's see. Potential exists for an interesting match. In Hong moving next for the strip here. Lands a strip on Molong. Does not go for the Vanessa. Goes for the Molong for the safety here. Does not buff immunity with Triana. Interesting to see. Resists the bomb with that Molong. Allows for one of his units to get defense broken and Garrowed. I'm kind of shocked. So the defense break comes out onto Triana. And probably the stun from Garrow. So see the stun, half HP. Here comes the full HP charge vitality. And an extra turn on Yinhong. One turn closer to Blade Fan again. Heal from Wusa. No violent proc from Sierra though. Ventilate onto... That's a pretty good ventilate. Chip damage might be enough. Might be just enough. Not quite enough to kill the Triana. Just shy a tiny little bit of damage. Almost there. Almost, but not quite. Healing magic comes out, full HP again. That's why you need a little bit more crit damage, boys. As much as you want to run your crazy fast, high-speed Garrows, you got to run your crit damage Garrows like I do. That strip on Vanessa gives the attack bar to the whole team. Pretty good setup. Believe the Ganny has Seal Magic next turn, and the Violent procs from the Sierra are a lot of extra turns here. I don't think the issue is letting Yinhong through. I think the issue is honestly letting Triana through. You don't have any super crazy secured ways to kill Triana, right? If you ban Triana, you can kill any of the squishier units with like one rotation of skills if you land a defense break or if you have Molong's third skill. If he has Seal Magic here, it's over. No Seal Magic. Here comes the Wish for Mortality. This could be okay, actually. Tanky Vampire Ruins go to units like Tractor or, in my opinion, Ramagos or like Rickon. Maybe a Fire Monkey King if you like Vampire. Seal of Fire. Doesn't matter. Doesn't quite need it. Does he have Charge Vitality? He does. Yet again, has Charge Vitality before our good friend Aknova here is able to take out the Triana. This is what I mean when I said the targeting earlier. Targeting has to be changed. You understand the Triana's really tanky, and you know that the Yinhong's on crit damage. So maybe try defense breaking the Yinhong and popping the Triana passive and killing it that way. Triana taking extra turns too is just, it's too much. It's too much. If you have a team like this with a speed lead, you can't let the Triana through. The Triana it will just be built tanky to survive and nothing else. If the Triana's plus 30k HP with like 800 defense, you're never killing it with a team like this. You don't have enough damage because your units just aren't violent. Your main damage dealer is not violent. You'll never get the chance to violent proc kill something. So it's just a little bit shy of the damage it needs. It was close, but not quite there. Not quite there. The grand finals is Tiger versus Seishizo. It doesn't help that a lot of extra turns are being given to these turns or to these units, especially the Triana, but targeting needs to be changed earlier on in the match. It's way too late when it starts to change. That is it. That is the 3-0 to take the third place from Topa. So congratulations to Topa, guys. Topa has taken third place in the tournament in a 3-0 victory over Aknova. All right, let's do it. Are you guys ready for the finals? Ready? Good luck, guys. So alternate first picks. Best of 5. Last match, random FP. Good luck. Good luck, guys. Here comes the finals. Seishizo versus Tiger Bro. Who will we see win this tournament? Two great competitors, good friends. I'd love to see some good picks and bans here. So first pick goes to Seishizo for the match. And the pre-ban's coming out almost immediately. Tiger pre-banning the Sierra and Seishizo pre-banning the Mo Long. This is the grand finals of the tournament. The grand finals. Let me quickly change that scoreboard. Grand finals being Mr. Seishizo of EU and Tiger Bro of Global. Who will win it? Europe or Global, guys? What do you guys think? Who wins the tournament? So first pick, Seishizo, Hathor. Takes that first pick, Hathor. What do we see from Tiger? So Tiger takes the Ganymede and the Okeanos. Seishizo responds with Amelia and Gianna. So Tiger's name currently is the running kind of thing that they're doing in the China server, where everyone uses the same name in the same picture, so all the top RTA players cannot be distinguished. It's kind of similar to how Beat D's Guild does that, and a couple members from Avenger X have been doing that as well. So Tiger takes the Tiana and the Tianlang. Interesting that he brings the Tianlang into his own attack bar, increasing units. He's not afraid to take it. Not afraid at all to reduce that attack bar. Do you have to apply as an SWC commentator? Do they ask you to cast? I believe they just ask you to cast. I'd love to cast SWC. So if by any means that they say, hey guys, who do you guys think should be SWC commentator? If you honestly think I should be one, please like put that forward. I'd really appreciate that. So the last pick, Josephine, comes out where Seishizo takes Vanessa and Tessarian. Vanessa and Tessarian. Interesting. I've never seen these kind of picks from Seishizo. I rarely ever see the Vanessa, but with the Sierra down, I'm not as surprised. He does like the speed leads. What does Tiger ban here? Probably... Oh, he bans the Hathor. Interesting. I thought the ban might actually go towards the Amelia, but I guess not. And the ban coming out on the other side as the Tiana. This is a best of 5 for the finals. Gianna moves first, Will only being on 2 units. Throws the bomb onto that. Throws the bomb onto that Okeanos. Stuns the Gani, so Josephine gets a turn. Does not manage to strip the Amelia. Okeanos has a choice. Does he throw the bomb back? No, he tries to strip. He tries to strip the Amelia instead. Vanessa moves next. Does the Tianlang move before? Tianlang does move before. Does he land the strip stun? Lands the strip, does not land the stun though. So Amelia goes into human form and manages to cleanse. With this team, it's interesting to see that the Amelia is actually the slowest unit for this team setup. That defense break on the Okeanos puts him in a very, very low HP position. Violent proc from Tessarian takes him out. Will he take the kill secure, or will he throw the Oblivion onto Tianlang right now? He does throw it onto Tianlang. So the defense break comes up, and Oblivion lands. Amelia killing the Okeanos. Tiger not looking to be in the best of positions for the rest of this match. So the Ventilate comes out onto Tianlang. Tianlang going for the strip again. Lands a strip. No stun, though. This chip damage on a defense broken Tianlang is going to be pretty strong. Tiger goes for the provoke onto Tessarian. Lands the provoke. Violent proc extra turn. Hits that defense broken Gianna for the extra little bit of damage. Freeze comes on to Tian Lang from the Amelia. Extra turn for Josephine. Josephine does not get Oblivioned. He's actually chipping down this. Actually chipping down this Gianna quite well since the defense break is up there. So Seal Magic goes onto the defense broken Gianna. Wants that extra damage. First skill from the Ganny with the Violent proc. Just short of killing it. One more turn from Josephine should be enough to take out the Gianna. So again, ventilates the Molong there. Wants to get that strip stun again. Goes for the very, very heavy secured kill onto Gianna, but the Vanessa passive. So attack buffed bomb onto Ganymede. Not looking good for Tiger. I don't see him winning this. But with Josephine, anything's possible. That unit has done some crazy things to me and that I have nightmares about. I have absolute nightmares about that. Josephine is a crazy unit that does crazy things. The damage coming out. That is the kill onto... Not the kill onto Gianna. Actually, just shy of it. Just a little bit under. So the kill secure onto the Ganny. So do we see it? Do we see the Josephine 1v4? Counter Oblivion. The Oblivion is up, so maybe not. But that provoke is almost enough to kill. That provoke is almost enough to kill the Tsarian. The freeze with the Oblivion onto the Josephine, though, is not a good setup and a little bit of an unlucky situation. Another freeze onto Josephine puts her in a bad position. Even with the glancing, not quite enough. Just a little bit shy of what it needed to be. If not for that Oblivion or that first freeze, Josephine would be in a position where it is able to actually win this as a 1v3. But those two freezes with the Oblivion are just a little bit too much, and a lot of chip damage comes out. Josephine is unable to secure the win. Secure the 1v3. So Seishizo takes the first match in the best of 5 versus Tiger Row. So the next match going with a first pick towards Tiger. Hello, Juicings. How are you, sir? Match number 2. Tiger with the first pick. The pre-ban coming in as the Gianna, no longer wanting to pre-ban that Sierra. And Seishizo pre-banning the Molong. You know you have to choose a mod, right, Wazam? I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. We've been streaming all night, so we're at about 16 hours, but this tournament's got me going. I'm on cloud 9. I'm having a really good time. I'm enjoying the matches. Commentating's been fun. Chat's been great. So Tiger takes the Hathor. Knows Seishizo really likes that early first pick Hathor. Seishizo responds taking Sierra and Okeanos. Denying the Okeanos pick for Mr. Tiger, but also takes the Sierra that he loves so much, that universal speed lead and the ignore defense damage. A Ganny Hathor setup possibly coming here from Tiger. But will he actually use it, knowing that Seishizo really loves to use that Rakuni and Amelia setup? We do see it, so we see the Ganny Hathor and the Tiana. Odd a setup here. This might be the Dark Tree setup. And there it is. There's the Amelia Rakuni. We see him clear. Oh, the big boy Perna here and the Vivishell. Bringing out the old meta comps here. Tiger brings back the Ganny Hathor Vivishell combination with a little twist with the Perna in here. It's a pretty good combination setup. Great team. From what I can see on Seishizo, he chooses the Garo to pair the speed lead with both the Rakuni and with the Okeanos. What do we see as the ban from Tiger? Do we see a ban towards the Amelia or more of a respect-focused ban towards the Garo? Not having many multi-hits on the team. So we see the Okeanos ban. Does not want to get reset. Not quite sure what Seishizo would be banning. So Seishizo bans out the Ganny. Or bans out the Hathor, sorry. Which I think is definitely the way to go versus the Vivishell setup. So Tiana moves first. Here it is. Here's the attack bar. Ganymede going for the reset. Who do we see the reset on? So we see the reset onto Amelia. Everyone's attack bar is down. Who is getting swapped? Sierra gets swapped. Does Sierra take the turn? Does Sierra take the turn? Sierra does not take the turn. So Perna comes in with the easy, fast kill. Immediately down. Monka S. Monka S. Can Garo clear through this? Or will that immediate kill onto the Sierra be just enough? Just enough. Is Perna hitting like a truck? And the Violent Proc takes out the Raccoony. Tiger is coming to play. He is not messing around anymore. He is ready to take out any opponent that comes in his way. Willing to use all of the units at his disposal. His entire arsenal is down. This Perna hits like a truck. This Perna hits like a truck. Unit is unbelievably strong. It is beautiful to see. And the crits from the Tiana as well. Oh my goodness. And the crit from Perna onto the Amelia. Hits for 12k. Takes 50% of its HP out. Oh my goodness. The winds have changed. There goes the immunity. It is a beautiful sight to see. Tiger's Perna hitting the 41k on the Diana. And now taking out any unit in its way. Perna is here to play. Perna does not take shit from anybody. There's no way the Garo 1v4s this for two reasons. One, Seal Magic destroys Garo. And two, Perna Violent procs a lot. And the attack bar reduction from Vivishell can win. Swaps the attack bar on his Perna for the secured win. Isn't quite sure if his Vivishell will do enough damage, so takes the confirmed win. Beautiful 200 IQ play from Tiger. Just going to show why he's in the finals right now. So let's see the third match. Third match should be getting Seishizo with the first pick, I believe. Let me double check on that. Yes, first pick going towards Seishizo in the third match. What will we see? Will we see more of this unbelievable, beautiful gameplay? And we see the Vivishell pre-ban. The respect pre-ban from Seishizo, not wanting to deal with that combination setup again. I will only show the stats of Tiger's Perna if he allows me to show the stats of his Perna. Because there is a certain level of respect we have for other players. The respect pre-ban of the Vivishell is beautiful to see, though. Both players really, really wanting it and going for it. You can't kill me with Zam. Stop. So the main thing with the picture that's the same is actually that's a China server thing specifically. So the first pick, Hathor from Seishizo again. Tiger changing it up a little bit, though. Taking Gani and Amelia. Taking away two of the key units that Seishizo likes to use. So Sei goes in with the Sierra and Okeanos. Takes the speed lead again for the safety. And wants that Okeanos for the reset. Tiger again taking no shit. Wants the Perna out there. Takes the Perna and the Jean. Denies the Hathor Jean setup. So Seishizo takes Triana and Diana. Interesting that he picks these into Tiger's setup. What will Tiger take as the last pick? It looks like we might actually see a respected Perna ban. But with the last pick being available for Tian Lang must be the ban if Diana and Sierra are on the table. That is a great last pick force ban for Tiger. What ban do we see from Tiger onto Seishizo? I think the ban is the Okeanos. It is the Okeanos. The Okeanos having the potential to reset and screw up anything in this combination. Speed lead comes out and the accuracy lead to follow. Draft, I think, heavily favors Tiger. Thank you for playing, Said. I appreciate it. You and Topo, thank you guys very much for being in the tournament. And congratulations to Topo on 3rd place. So the Amelia moves, forces the Diana to move. Forces that early attack bar. Oh, but lands the sleep onto Jean. A little bit unfortunate. The Triana gets the immunity up on the whole team. This turn order setup is actually working quite well for Seishizo here. So the bomb should go onto... okay, so it does put it onto the Jean and blows it up. There's the stun. Perna. Perna, baby. The big Flame Nova onto Diana. Takes half HP, 17k. Big hits. Diana goes to human form, going towards probably the Jean. Does go towards the Jean. Does not take the defense buff off, but manages to take off the immunity. So potential to stun. No stun coming out. Hathor, does she go for the sleep? Does she use her 3rd skill right now? She does. She does not want that Jean moving at any opportunity. So the Ganymede here, Seal Magic onto Triana. This is not looking as good as it could for Seishizo. Now with the reset Triana, Perna has the potential to kill the Diana here. And the freeze onto Diana. Oh, a little bit of salt in the wounds, rubbing it in right there. Not the greatest. Hathor not having any skills, can't really do much. Triana just got reset. Sierra, I believe, does have bomb though. Does not have bomb. 1 turn away. The immunity comes up. Diana can move. And the reset onto the Jean. Do we see the stun onto Jean or not? Do we see it? Oh my goodness. But the sleep from Hathor onto Jean denies it again. So Jean moves. Might actually be able to be chip damage killed before the Perna moves. The bomb goes up. Chip damage kill. Bomb misses. Double resistance, but the chip damage is enough to take it out from Sierra. Sierra gets an extra turn. Sierra gets an extra turn. So with Diana gone, though, not a lot of setup for this Sierra. If Sierra goes down to this Perna, it is over. So the heal music comes out. Tries to go for the strip with Gany onto Sierra. Sierra lands the bomb onto Ganymede. And this bomb stun almost kills the Gany. Just shy of his HP. An additional turn on the Perna. The big Flame Nova. Another 17k. Brings that Triana down to the 10% HP mark. I believe there should be a cleanse here. So the cleanse does come up. So Gany is able to move before the enemy. What do we see? We see the Seal Magic onto Sierra. Attack bar reduction on Sierra Hathor, but not on the Triana. Triana will die to the Perna now. It is unfortunate and unlucky. And that one Flame Nova from the Violent proc takes out the Sierra. And that is the 3rd match for Tiger. Another proc on his Perna. Perna is angry. We do not mess with Perna. We've been saying for a while now that Perna has been falling out of meta with the whole rise of Garo and all these supports and many units that can reset. But Tiger doesn't believe in that. Tiger's Perna is here to play and is very, very strong. We saw that 41k through defense break earlier onto the Diana, one-shotting, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful attack. Seishizo changing the ban, takes away the Perna with the pre-ban, does not want to fight that Perna anymore. This is the ultimate respect ban here. The Perna is being banned. That Perna hits like my ex. Monka S. That is a Monka S, sir. So, with the first pick going towards Tiger with no more Perna, will we see some pocket pick team or will we see something from the old days? What are we going to see? What is he going to pick to fight Mr. Seishizo. Connection lost? Remake. Remake. Who beat Tiger in this tournament? I don't remember in the prior tournament, right? The prizes for this tournament are $50 for first place, $30 for second, and $20 for third place. So the picture and the name is an Asia or is a China server thing where all the top RTA players are using the same picture and the same name so that nobody can know what they have unless you memorize everybody's points and variations. I'm like messaging Say everywhere I can. He's too focused. He's too focused. He's immersed. He's ready. He's ready to win. All right. So we're remaking the fourth match. Currently, we're up 2-1 for Tiger Bro. So Tiger Bro is actually at match point. Still has the potential to come back. Seishizo holding the torch for EU server. And Tiger proving himself to all of us that he is able to play well in the tournaments. This is the most exciting tournament I have ever casted. I am so hyped to watch these matches. It is so enjoyable to see people who have lots of different drafts. It is... it's a treat. Honestly, as someone who loves the game, this is a treat. This is a treat for me. This tournament has had its ups and downs. Honestly, there was a point where Make It a Bud's Okeanos used third skill and missed it on everybody. It was horrifying. I almost shed 3 tears in sadness from my boy. Oh, I could feel the phone breaking. I wasn't even there, but I could feel it. It's the same feeling as when you see someone get kicked in the nuts and you cringe and you know what it feels like and you harbor that sadness. So first pick goes to Tiger and he takes the Hathor. Seishizo takes Sierra Okeanos again. Classic Seishizo picks here. And Tiger takes the Ganymede and Tiana. Instead of taking the Perna, though, this time he takes the Chow with his Vivishell, even though Seishizo has the same picks with the Amelia and Rikuni. Diana, last pick. What do we see? Do we see the 10K Chow boys? Do we see the Mobile Masters $10,000 Chow destroy the competition and wipe it all over the floor just like the Perna did? What do we see from this match? So, Seishizo goes to ban the Vivishell, does not want to deal with that immediate chance to kill. And in return, Tiger bans out the Amelia. Doesn't want the cleanse for AoE. Doesn't want the immunity. If someone wouldn't mind explaining the 10k chow to Mr. Phobos, I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So let's see. Is this the match decider? Is this the one? Is this what makes it happen? Does Tiger win the tournament? And the reset onto Tiana from the Okeanos. So the reset goes on to Okeanos from Ganymede. Diana moves. Diana goes into human form. Even though this Hathor might move next. Interesting to see. Does he throw his Hathor second skill at the Sierra, or does he? He does. Does not land the sleep though. So the bomb comes out onto Hathor. Oh my goodness. The potential here exists. The stun onto Hathor. Diana not doing so bad. What do we see from Chow? Does Chow do amazing work or not? 15k, not bad damage. Not bad damage, but no extra turn. No proc. Because if he lands that sleep onto Sierra and Sierra doesn't proc out, he wins the game. He wins the whole game. Hitting the Tiana. Doesn't want the defense breaker to be alive. What an extra turn on to Diana. Oh, Diana taking out the Tiana. No more defense breaker. Diana has come to play. No more Perna on the table. So Diana is not scared or afraid anymore. Diana is out and ready. She is not happy either. She didn't enjoy being one shot by the Perna, so she's taking her anger out onto this Tiana. And that is the match for Seishizo. We are going to the 5th match of the tournament for the grand finals between Seishizo and Tiger Bro. What will we see as the pocket picks for the final match? What do we see? Random first pick on the last match. Who gets the first pick? And the first pick goes towards Tiger Bro. And the pre-bans are the same units. Again, respecting that Perna and the pre-ban on the Gianna. What do we see? What do we see? Will it be global? Will it be Europe? Who is going to win the tournament? Who is the grand final and the victor? Who carries the torch for their entire server and represents the #1 victor? Special mention though, Perna is MVP of the tournament. Can't change my mind. Cannot change my mind. Lost again? D-Seed. Pepe hands. Alright, let's go. Rematch. D-Seed. Remake. Tiger, can we show your Perna stats after the tournament? Do you mind? So there it is. Oh, wrong first pick. Wrong first pick. There we go. There's the correct first pick. So the first pick going to Tiger. Same pre-bans again. Here's the Gianna pre-ban with the Perna pre-ban. What do we see for the last match? Do we see something unique, different, old school? What are we going to see? What do you guys want to see? I want to see the Dark Dryad again, but I don't know if it'll work every time. So the same early first picks, the Hathor into the Sierra Okeanos yet again. And the Amelia Jean pick. Early takes. Early takes on them. Ganny still on the table. Should work just fine, Chuckles. Okay, awesome. Tiger has agreed to show us the Perna stats after the tournament is over. Seishizo taking the Rakuni and the Triana. Tianlang being an amazing pick here. Works very, very well against the Rakuni. That is not bad at all. That's pretty decent, Hyperion. I'd keep it. And the last pick Ganny made. Oh boy. We have Hathor, Jean, Ganny, Amelia, Tianlang for the last match. And a Diana. So we see the Diana last pick, which means we guarantee the Tianlang ban. So what does Tiger ban to deal with this team? Do we see the ban on the Rakuni or do we see the ban on the Okeanos? We could see it any direction. It could go anywhere. So we see the ban on the Diana, actually. Interesting enough to see. Tianlang ban was being pretty obvious, but I'm surprised to see the Diana ban. Although, actually, the Diana ban is quite good because it allows you to focus down the Rakuni. So maybe it is the right ban. Interesting to see. Interesting to see either way. Ooh, do we see the reset? Lands the reset onto the Amelia. Cannot change forms. Cannot change forms. There's the immunity for the whole team. Ganymede not being able to reset anybody. Lands the strip onto the Sierra, but no violent proc. Rakuni force boosts the Sierra. Gets the bomb onto the Ganny and the stun. What do we see? We try to see the sleep attempt onto the Okeanos. Does not land it. So we see Cry into 2 units. And the prayer to take the Ganny out of the stun there. So Rain of Stones. Hopefully doesn't land on the Amelia, but does. Does get 3. Amelia still unable to change into human form to provide that immunity protection. No stun from Jean onto Okeanos. This match could go could go either way. It honestly could. A little bit of RNG on one side would shift this match so quickly. Sierra getting an extra turn to allow a bomb. Hathor getting an extra turn, or Ganny getting extra turns to continuously lock CC down. There's the extra turn we were calling about, but the immunity is already up. The immunity is already up. So here comes the full team sleep. Lands all of them, all 4. And this should be the ventilate towards Hathor. Hathor gets the ventilate. And we see the slow chip damage towards Okeanos. Interesting enough, this chip damage is going towards the Okeanos and not the Rakuni. Freeze comes out. Freezes the Okeanos just before the Rakuni moves. Here comes the attack bar reduction again and the sleeps. As we continue to go after this Okeanos. A violent proc from Ganny. Very, very valuable procs every turn while the units are asleep. Allows you to cycle your ventilate and your seal magic twice as fast. Here it is. Here's the seal magic. Reduces the attack bar again. Cry provocation coming in. But resistance on the Sierra. A little bit unlucky in that case. Not the end of the world. Triana's awake. Has provoke on, but still awake. And the freeze onto Okeano. It's not like it really makes a difference. The current setup. Jean needs to land a stun. Does not land the stun. Oh, but Okeanos doesn't have turns because of the seal. If Triana Violent procs, she's in a good position, but she does not, so the delayed promise locks units down again. Locks it down again. It'll be difficult for Sei to win this. Gani Hathor is strong. Hathor Jean is strong. Gani Hathor Jean is unbelievably strong. It is going to be really, really hard to see Sei win. He needs a lucky turn in between with no immunity to be able to get that Sierra bomb up there. But a reset onto Sierra would change the match for a pretty rough situation. Really needed that Garo pick in there again. That Revenge Garo was doing a lot of work. It was a great setup. Worked well against the Gani Hathor setup with the Jean. There is still potential for Sei to win, but it is unlikely. With 50% attack power, max HP, all it really takes is one good bomb. One good bomb changes this match entirely. Tiger is the side on the bottom with the Gani Hathor. So here it is. Here's the delayed promise again. The chip, even without the bomb, the chip damage from Sierra could actually do quite a bit. But we're reaching the point where the supports are going to start hitting really, really hard. So it might not work out either way. Gani's third skill can crit for about an 8 to like 11k at this point with 60-60. No crit 3k. That's a lot of damage being put out. Tiger's trying to decide who he needs to go for here. Puts the defense buff up, actually. Here's the Cry Provocation. Goes for the stun. Does not land it. Attack break. Nothing. But Amelia moves before the Rakuni and the Sierra. So no immunity there. Chip damage onto Jean. Almost enough to kill, but not quite. Just a little bit shy of the right damage. Self-invincibility, but the violent proc out is unfortunate. Not the greatest of setups. So the immunity comes out. Here it is. Here's the potential. 70% up, 70% down. Sierra could go down or Sierra could kill everyone. This is the match decider right now. Is it going to happen? So there's the sleep onto Triana and the chip damage. The Gani violent procs pops the Triana passive 1 HP Sierra. And the research on himself to give the HP to Sierra. Sierra moves. The bomb onto Hathor. Here comes the cleanse. Can the Hathor do enough damage to kill? That Triana hits really hard at this point. 70% up, 70% down. It might be over. The delayed promise could be enough. It could be enough to take an extra turn before and move. But resistance from the Sierra and from the Rakuni. This is not looking good. This match might actually go out to a draw. It is very possible to see the draw. But the violent proc, the sweet dreams, almost enough to kill, just a little bit short. The defense buff, the violent proc. Here comes the bomb. Is that enough? The bomb is enough, and that is the win for Sei Shizo with 1 HP. Manages to take the 5th match of the tournament. Oh my goodness. Sierra on crit rates. That is the match, and that is your winner. Sei Shizo 3-2 versus Tiger Bro in the final moments of the match at 70%, 70%. That was amazing. It was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to watch. Thank you guys so much for competing in the tournament. I had so much fun commentating this one. This was amazing, and I don't even know, man. It was really enjoyable for me. Everything was fun. So thank you guys so much for making this a great tournament. To all the viewers, to everyone who participated. For the winners and such, please DM me on Discord or Twitter, Line, etc. There will be a VOD. There will be a VOD. The VOD is really long and it'll be split in two. I've been streaming for 17 hours. So that's a thing. I'll be uploading all the tournaments, all the 5 tournaments to my YouTube channel, so you can check them out there. Also check out Seishizo's YouTube. He just started out making YouTube content again. Check it out. He does cool stuff. Tiger, can we get a look at your Perna, please? We got to show everyone. We got to see it. I want to see it. We got to see it. No, it is wonderful to have you. Thank you for participating. I appreciate you guys. Check out Foxy streaming. PogChamp, we got a Foxy sellout here. My boys, if you guys wouldn't mind checking out my boy Foxy SW. He streams Rush Hour. He's great. He's hilarious. Funny dude. He'll roast your Lucians because they're shit. Check him out. He's a cool guy. All right, let's go check it. Let's go check this Perna as the last thing. And then that will be the end of the stream. That will be the end of these 5 weeks of tournaments. And we will be back at it in about 2 weeks with a new set of tournaments. I'm looking to go forward making a tournament every week instead of every 2 weeks. So if you have interest in that, please let me know. I'll be doing a C3 G1 tournament and a G2 G3 tournament again. So please message me, Twitter, Discord, Line, something. Contact me, send me an email. Just let me know you want to participate, and we'll get it set up and stuff. All right. So thank you guys very much for being here. All right, let's check out this Perna. Let's check out this Perna. I am excited to see this. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I am excited to see this Perna. Oh my lord! This Perna has 200 crit damage and plus 2k attack. Holy pog. Holy pog. This Perna hits like a truck. Oh my. What is this? These are goals. These are just goals. These are just goals. Oh my lord. 35% attack. Gemmed 13 speed. Oh, this is so good. Oh my lord. Man's a god. Tiger, I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it. But thank you, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. For all the resubs and subs during the tournament as well. All the follows. I'm sorry I didn't get to see them and I had my alerts off. Recording it for the YouTube contents so we can put this up. If you guys want to check out the last 5 weeks, they'll be up on YouTube in the next within the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna do a little bit of light edits on them so they look good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for participating. Big congratulations to Seishizo again for winning, Tiger for 2nd place, and Topa V for 3rd place. For the shout out, Seishizo, check out his YouTube channel. For Tiger Bro, check out Andy's Andy's Twitch channel, Foxy SW, and Topa, his Twitch channel. He's a big streamer. He's an awesome guy. Thank you guys for being here for the 17-hour stream. That is it for me. I am done.